and refunded my second payment. Could you please refund the first? Just try that, because this contract is quite ambiguous. Do not say to them when you call them, and by the way, the contract says they can modify it. Don't say that. Don't even bring it up. Please don't even bring it up. I think that once the first card company knows you can't go, just tell them that you can't go. They arbitrarily rearranged it, and you can't go, and you're not getting what you paid for. That's what I want you to do. And then who is the first company? Discover? Call them. And then I'll keep the contract. Suzanne will keep that contract, but just try that first. But you got to use those words, okay? I thought I would take the follow-up, but I can't. And now I'm not getting what I paid for. I already got one half back from my other credit card company. Please help me and refund the first half. That's what I would do. Monica, what's your issue with a landlord? What's going on, Monica? Hi. What's going on?
Well, we rented a house in Salida, or in Buena Vista, in last June, and we signed a year lease.
This was for living there, not vacation. So it's a year lease last June, and it's up this June, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what's the problem?
Our landlord has harassed us.
In what way? In what way, Monica? Some of it... hold on, and let's come back to this, okay? Harassment. It could be you can break a lease, but I don't know what you're getting at if it's going to be up in June. We'll come back to you right after this.
Tell your smart device to play 630 KHAL on iHeartRadio.
Okay, got him.
630 KHAL from iHeartRadio.
Denver's talk station. Available on over 2,000 devices. Now, Impact Traffic. Sponsored by Farmers Insurance.
We are Farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, good news on the north end of town. Traffic flow back up to speed on southbound I-25 between 84th and 104th. Crashes have been cleared. And the off-ramp southbound I-25 to 84th, that's been reopened. Still got a rollover crash off highway northbound McCaslin and Cherry Street to watch out for. Also off highway northbound Colorado Boulevard remains closed between 35th and 40th Avenues. The water main has been fixed, but crews are resurfacing the road. It's not expected to fully reopen until later on this afternoon. Fox 30. Partly sunny today with a high near 51. Right now, mostly cloudy, 46. With your Impact Traffic Weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHAL.
Call Farmers and you could save on your auto insurance. If your post got any likes again, call 1-888-FARMERS to get a quote. We are Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers for Fire Insurance Exchange, their affiliate, Fox and available in every state.
O'Brien Legal Services. That's Brad O'Brien's law firm with his team of real estate attorneys. Now listen, if you're in any real estate, commercial or residential, buying or selling, get them to review your contracts. It's only a few $100 compared to the many thousands you're spending on real estate. And in addition to contract reviews, buying and selling docs, loan docs, leases, complicated deals, they can handle property line disputes, fence issues, easements, access, adverse possession, liens. What about title and survey reviews or clearing titles? What about a quiet title action? You may have heard of that, don't even know what it is. You need to call O'Brien Legal Services. Here's the number, 720-370-7388. Free consultation, 720-370-7388. The website, OLSlaw.com. That stands for O'Brien Legal Services. All right, we need floor coverings. Let's face it, it's the first thing you touch, well, other than the doorknob in a house. Your feet hit the floor, and you look all around. Your floor coverings are important. That's why I recommend SimplyFloorsInc.com. They buy on the same level as big boxes, but they're small enough to pass those savings on to you to get your business. 20, 30, 40% off, plus better installers, better financing. Find out for yourself. Make your own appointment, either in the showroom or at home. SimplyFloorsInc.com.
You own a timeshare, and it's the time of the year for eye-popping maintenance fees arriving in your mailbox. How much will it be this time? You're kidding me. This is ridiculous. Really? How much do you actually use it? Is it really worth all that? The vacation times you want never seem available. Your fees keep going up, and now you're getting slammed with more costs. Still having fun? That's it. I'm out. Timeshare Freedom Group is ready to help you escape your timeshare money pit. We've guided thousands of people like you through the freedom process. Let us help free you from your overpriced, useless, money-draining timeshare. We're the leaders in the industry with decades of experience canceling timeshares worldwide legally and permanently. And we offer a 100% money-back guarantee. Start the freedom process now. Call us at 855-48-CANCEL. 855-48-CANCEL.
Timeshare freedom now. We set you free.
Michael Brown here. I'm going to take a minute to talk to you about something that has changed my life, Blue Sky CBD. You've heard me talk about the relief it's given me with hip pain after rowing, and you've heard how much the Pet Love formula has helped our pet. But what you might not know is that Dr. Eric Dorninger out of Boulder serves as their Director of Research and Development, or that Dr. Adam Graves in Castle Rock and countless other doctors recommend Blue Sky CBD exclusively. The reason behind this is their products are created using the highest quality CBD in the country. They guarantee potency and purity, and their formulas are created using international research to ensure that you get the dosage you need to find the relief you deserve. You'd be amazed at the reviews at bluesky-cbd.com. Use promo code KHOW for 30% off and try the same balm I use for only $14. You're not going to be disappointed. bluesky-cbd.com. Promo KHOW for 30% off. bluesky-cbd.com.
With the new president, so much is happening in Washington. Now millions are turning to Newsmax TV. Trusted news source. They're going online to Newsmax.com for breaking news and downloading the free Newsmax app on their smartphones. Newsmax TV is on all major cable systems. If you don't get Newsmax, call your cable operator or watch it free on Roku, YouTube, Apple TV, Xumo, Pluto, and smart TVs like Samsung and LG. Max is real news for real people. Start watching today.
Beachcombing, making cookies, learning French. Aren't these what you'd rather be doing than thinking about your Medicare prescriptions? Well, Walgreens is here to help you get back to it with convenient refill and pickup options, expert pharmacists to answer all your questions, and Medicare copays as low as $0. Zero. Which is also the number of cares in the world you'll have as you stroll the beach, eating cookies and speaking French. Ooh la la. Walgreens.
$0 copays apply to 2 more generic drugs and select plans for Walgreens as a preferred pharmacy. What's keeping you up at night? For many baby boomers, it's questions about retirement. When can I retire? Will I run out of money? If these questions are making you lose sleep, listen to Mile High Retirement, Saturday at noon on 630 KHOW. Tune into Peace to You from Peace Lutheran Church in Arvada this Sunday. Peace to You brings you encouragement and a fresh, uplifting start to your week. Peace to You comes every Sunday, right here on 630 KHOW at 7:30 a.m. An iHeartRadio station.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Monica says she signed a lease last June. And where are we going with it, Monica? What's going on?
We came from Lakewood, and I take care of a lady, my best friend. She's in a wheelchair. And the lady was selling the house that we were in, so I needed to find something. So I came to Buena Vista and found a house. And I took video at the beginning of the house so she could see it. And
so who could see it? So
my roommate.
The one you're taking care of. Okay, so you're there now. What's the problem?
Well, there's been many issues, but he told us that we had verbal agreements with him on a few things on our lease. One of them, smoking. We're smokers. We don't smoke in the house. We never have or never will. We smoke outside, and we told him about that, and he agreed to that if we smoked outside, just not smoking in the house. And then things started just getting worse and worse, and every time I would go to Denver, they would come.
Here's what I need to know. Do you want to get out of the lease? Is that what you're talking about? Are you upset?
Yes, we have a new place. I've been moving, or so I would have called.
Yeah, but you did it on your own without breaking this lease, right?
Well, that's what we're supposed to go to court today.
Okay, why? Did you stop paying?
No, we have paid rent up all the way every month.
Is he evicting you?
Yes.
For what reason?
Yes. His reasons are for tenant representation, subsection E, no smoking, and section X.
Monica, I guess I'm confused. If you found another place and you don't like this guy, why don't you just let the eviction take place?
Because we don't want the eviction on our record, and we have gone through. If you knew what we were going through.
Does he know you're leaving?
Yes, he knows we're leaving. And
then why don't you? Then it's a moot point. Why don't you just tell him? Listen, we don't have to go to court for this. We're leaving anyway. Why don't you do that?
We've tried.
And he still wants to go to court.
Yes, he does.
Wait, so he served you.
Code enforcement.
He put.
Listen, I called code enforcement on him.
Yeah.
And because he put in a basement, he cut the foundation of the house without getting a permit. And I called code enforcement because for the safety of my daughter and me and my roommate. And from that point on, he has done nothing but harass us.
Okay, so Monica, hold on. Are you guys smoking in the house?
No, we're not.
Okay.
We're not.
Now, how did it get to where the hearing is today? Did you get served the 3-day and all of that?
We got served on Friday.
The 3-day?
No, they gave us just these court papers.
But they don't go straight to court. Did you get a 3-day notice of eviction?
No.
Yeah, Monica. He had to... Okay. So you're saying you heard nothing about an eviction until you were served to go to court?
Exactly.
Well, that's...
They don't send me any information.
Okay. There was nothing posted. There was nothing posted on your door about an eviction.
No, not to my knowledge.
Well, okay, now that's a little different because all you have to do is go to court today and say, Your Honor, I was never notified of an eviction, ever. Never given the chance to remedy this, ever. That's all you have to tell him. Because today is the first day that I'm getting to talk about it. No, I was served on Friday. Then this guy is going to say, no, Your Honor, I put up a notice on such and such a date, and he's probably going to have a picture of it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not telling the truth, you're going to lose. If you're...
No.
Tell me the truth. Did you ever get a notice to evict, ever?
They threatened us via email of eviction over and over again.
Okay, but they never post. Right? They have to technically post something on the door. That was never done?
No.
Okay, then you go and just say we were never given an opportunity to remedy this, ever.
Okay.
And here's the other thing. Plus you can say, we feel this is punishment. Tell them. Because we complained to code enforcement. You can also tell the judge we did not smoke and we did not fail to pay and we're happy to leave at the end. Well, when do you want to leave? When is the other one up? When is the other one? When are you going to move in?
Well, we've moved into our other place already.
See, I don't even understand, Monica, why you're fighting this. Just tell the judge you already moved out.
Because she doesn't want it on her record.
There won't be. He won't grant it if she's already out. They won't grant the eviction if you're already out. You know, I don't know what to tell you, man. You know, you're fighting something that if you tell the judge you were never notified and you're out anyway, you're not going to have a problem.
I'm Alec Baldwin. Listen to my podcast, Here's the Thing, on iHeartRadio. It's my chance to talk with artists, policymakers, and performers, like Kristen Bell.
I always like to say I like being an actress, but I love being Kristen. So I prioritize that a little bit more than my
I cannot get over Comcast, man.
To people that I can be some
What's happening now?
They're just not doing anything, and now it looks like we're limited to 10 megabytes. I'm not fucking kidding you.
So can we sue them?
I think we bring it even. I don't know. I'm so goddamn frustrated. I just got to get my head back in this game here. Because you're fuck, man, it's crazy.
What do you want me to do? What can we do on the show?
Well, we can talk
about on the show, but it's so fucking stupid. I just can't believe it, to be honest. I honest to God can't believe it. I just can't fucking believe it.
So instead of increasing it, they decreased it.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea why they're doing that. Yeah, right now it's 10 megabytes, and it's absolutely throttled. In other words, it ain't an issue right now. It's definitely throttled down.
Why they did that?
I have no fucking clue.
No,
I just tried calling our connection over there, so I left them a message. We'll see. It's remarkable.
ABC News, I'm Elwin Lopez. Jobless claims for last week
It's
slightly
fucking
down,
remarkable.
but still adding another wave of pain in this pandemic. ABC's Aaron Kaczynski has more.
847,000 workers.
I finally get this wire run I
first time
needed.
last week. Bit of a drop from the prior week, but still at a historically high level. While the virus rages, the economy cannot recover. Business restrictions to slow the infection rate hurt especially the hospitality and food service industries. Overall, the economy grew 1% in the final 3 months of 2020.
Today, President Biden will sign more executive orders to boost the Affordable Care Act and Medicaid, and open a window period for Americans to register for health care in the pandemic. It's game on for GameStop's stock price in a trading phenomenon that pits the titans of Wall Street against casual investors. Volume is up, along with share prices for the video game company. But analysts say the bubble can't continue and could leave many with losses. This is ABC News. A World Health Organization team has come out of quarantine in Wuhan, China, to kickstart investigations into the origins of the coronavirus. The investigation has been delayed by political tension, visa setbacks, and skepticism over how much access the team will get. They're expected to stay in China for at least the next 2 weeks. Multiple arrests in the murder of an Uber Eats driver in Texas. The 31-year-old woman told to deliver food in an apartment complex
I just need to know, what do we do to get back? I mean, obviously, there's got to be a road back, for God's sakes. I mean, do you have it on to or not?
While he appreciates the outpouring, once he's been Cameron Graham, he's more interested in answers.
Okay, they're in there. Okay.
All right. They've taken the first step.
And is there a phone number or just email?
Nissan is recalling more than 354,000
that's good.
Pathfinder.
And by the way, I don't either, so I'll have to get it. I mean, we just have her in there. Okay, good. Thank you for that, dear. I'll be in touch.
Let's be real. Mopping is a hassle.
Okay.
You have to fill the bucket, wet, heavy mop around, then cleaning the mop when you're done. They grow bacteria. A hassle on top of a hassle. Try Swiffer Wet. With Swiffer Wet Jet, you start with a fresh pad and cleaning solution every time. And when you're done, you just toss the pad. Swiffer Wet Jet, the faster, easier, cleaner way to clean your floors.
Beach combing, baking cookies, learning French. Aren't these what you'd rather be doing than thinking about your Medicare bills? Well, Walgreens is here to help you get back to it with convenient refill and pickup options, expert pharmacists to answer all your questions, and Medicare copays as low as $0. Zero. Which is also the number of cares in the world you'll have as you stroll the beach, eating cookies and speaking French. Oh la la. Walgreens.
I think Tom's fucking deaf. I swear to God, this is so loud.
K-How News Time, 11:03.
Denver Mayor Michael Hancock believes the city could receive up to $250 million in aid if the Biden administration gets its COVID-19 stimulus plan through Congress. The money could close the city's current budget gap and replace lost revenue. Governor Polis is praising moves by the Biden administration to pause oil and gas leasing on public lands. He said he plans to work closely with the federal government to make sure any new policies work for Colorado. But Western Energy Alliance President Kathleen Skama wonders.
In Colorado, the impact is about $3.3 billion in economic activity by the end of his term. That just is wiped out. $550 million in state tax revenue, and that's unfunded revenue that would have otherwise gone to education and roads and other government services.
Pause could cost Colorado thousands of jobs as well. Nuggets won their 5th game in a row last night in Miami, beating the Heat 109-82. Avalanche and Sharks meet again tonight in Denver at Ball Arena. College hoops, CU beat Washington State, and CSU beat Boise State. That's the latest. I'm Chuck Clark.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Walgreens.
From the Bedford Sports Traffic Center, travel around the Mile High City is in really good shape both on and off the highway for the most part. Earlier problems on I-25 near 84 have all been cleared. Traffic flow back up to speed on that stretch. In fact, it's up to speed across all the highways with the exception of eastbound 270, a bit stop and go between I-76 and Vasquez. Off-highway northbound Colorado Boulevard closed south of I-70 between 35th and 40th Avenues. Crews are doing road surfacing from that water main break. That road isn't expected to reopen until this afternoon. Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather, partly sunny with a high of 51 today. Right now, mostly cloudy and 46. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630
I feel like I'm in a fucking Metallica concert in here. He's got this so loud, it's unfucking believable.
About the cost of your Medicare prescriptions. That's why Walgreens offers Medicare copays as low as $0. Walgreens.
$0 copays apply to 2 generic drugs and select plans for Walgreens as a preferred pharmacy.
God bless. Fuck. Welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. We're here to solve your problems, answer your questions, take your complaints, make your life just a little bit better. You want to get through to us, it's easy. 303-MARTINO, that number works on and off the air. And
303-713-8255 is the local number, and you can always email us at help@troubleshooter.com. Tom, where did we leave off? You want to go to Monica?
Oh, well, yeah, the Monica thing I don't understand at all.
She just had
she
one more
wants out of this.
question.
I mean, she's having it to squabble with the landlord. They already have a new place. They want to move in. They're already moved in. And this guy's trying to evict her. If she goes, the purpose of an eviction is to remove the tenant, not to hurt them. So if she's already out, it's going to be moot. Now, Monica, that's all you have to do. You're already out. There's no need for an eviction.
I just have one question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead, dear.
Okay. Are we going to be liable for the rest of the lease?
Now, that's what this landlord is going to claim, okay? Now, this is why.
Yes.
You did, no matter how you look at it, you did breach the contract, okay? Now, however, he evicted you. But in an eviction, you breach a contract if it is granted. I don't think it'll be granted. But either with or without an eviction, I know that what this guy's going to do. He is going to claim damages, okay?
Yes.
What you really should have done is claimed COVID. That's what you really should have done.
I did.
What do you mean?
That's one of the things on here. The tenants have been notified via email of federal CDC guidelines halting evictions as well as declaration form to fill out and submit should they meet the criteria for eviction exemption at this time. To our knowledge, they do not.
Okay. Do you? What are some of the criteria? What's some of the criteria? Go ahead. Do you know, Mark? What's the criteria?
Well, yeah. Well, I have Church-Strauss syndrome, so I can't be around anybody.
Okay, good.
I can't.
Listen carefully. Here's what I want you to say.
Okay.
Your Honor, we should be protected. This is what you say. Please, I'm not giving you legal advice. This is friend to friend.
Okay.
This is what I would do. Your Honor, I am in a vulnerable situation, and so is my roommate who I'm caring for. We explicitly fall under the protections of the COVID anti-eviction or whatever. We should be protected. But even though, Your Honor, even though we could have stayed there and claimed that and given this landlord a hard time, we chose to get another place just to be nice and to put this behind us. But you should not grant this eviction, Your Honor, or it will affect us for a very long time, and we should have fallen under the COVID protection. Oh, yes. Please.
It's the federal ban on evictions is what you want to cite.
Now, that's what, Monica, honest to goodness, that's what you say. You say, Your Honor, technically we should be protected by the COVID protections, okay? The anti-eviction. You know, you can say the federal, what is it, Mark? The federal what? Stay?
National ban on evictions through March 2021.
Okay, so here's what, now remember, Your Honor, we should be protected under this ban on evictions, okay? We should be, because both me and my roommate were very vulnerable to COVID, and we've probably been exposed. We could have stayed there and made this very difficult for the landlord. But instead, we moved out on our own to put this behind us. So now, he's trying to get an eviction, which will hurt us. So we're asking that we be protected. And we're already out of there. Now listen, let me tell you something. If they do that, then this guy tries to come after you for the rest of the rent. Let's take that one step at a time. Suzanne's going to give you our number to get in when you need help, okay? Monica, I think you're sitting pretty right now. Now, this is an example where a landlord's just being mean. Glenda wants to talk about false advertising. 303-713-TALK. By the way, I'm Tom Martino with Mark Major and Sue Major, Suze. And we are here solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints every day. And you can depend on what we tell you. Go ahead, Glenda.
Well, hi, Tom.
Hi.
This is actually two parts, and I
Okay.
hope you will listen without interruption.
Go ahead.
While I explain this to you.
I will, except if you ramble, I'm going to ask for clarification. But go ahead, dear. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to try to be
You don't have
really
to
brief.
You don't have to be. Listen, the thing is, I just want everyone to know you don't have to be brief, meaning fast and brief. If you stick to the point, I want to hear everything. Go ahead.
Okay, so some local high school wrestlers went to a wrestling tournament out of state, and I was told by somebody that I could view that on Flow Wrestling. So I thought, okay, that would be nice, because with the pandemic, parents and grandparents and friends know that most of these events are no spectators. So I thought, okay, that would be good. Went into the website. It says on the very first page, $12.50/monthly, cancel anytime. So I thought, okay, that's good. I pay $12.50 to watch these local wrestlers. So I clicked the button and had to put in my name and password. And then you get to the payment page, go through that, put in your credit card, and at the bottom of the page, I see that's a yearly contract for $150, yearly subscription, which I didn't want to do. I thought that's not worth that. So I exited out of that screen, but it was too late.
So you, by mistake, you did the year.
Not really by mistake, by misleading.
Well, are you
Anyway.
saying that they meant to mislead you into that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, if it said $12.50 monthly, cancel at any time, and you hit the $150 yearly, that doesn't mean you have to pay for it. If you go to your credit card company and tell them you meant 1 month, and you'll happily pay for a month.
No, you need to listen to me, Tom, because you're not understanding this.
Go ahead.
So,
what am I not understanding, dear?
What you're not understanding is, okay, so that happened.
No, tell me what I'm not understanding. Just help me. What am I not understanding? You hit a 1 yearly by mistake, right?
Wasn't really by mistake. I tried to exit out, and it went ahead and accepted that.
Okay.
What I am trying to tell you is this $12.50 per month is not even an option. They do not offer any monthly rates.
Then why'd they put it up there? Why was it up there when you went on there?
I don't know.
Is it still up there now?
No, that is false advertising.
I know. Is it still up there now?
Absolutely, it's up there now.
Good. Give me the website.
For several years.
Give me the website so I can go and see what you're talking about. What is the website?
Okay, well, there's several. Their actual main one is Flow, FLO, Sports.
Is this the one you were on?
Well, I went to Flow Wrestling.
That's what I want to see.
They offer 25 different sporting events.
Well, I want to see the one you went to.
Stream.
The one you went to, I want to see.
But Glenda, if you paid for it on a credit card, why don't you just
wait. She's saying we're not listening. So, Glenda, one thing at a time. You also have to listen to us. It's a two-way street. I need to see what you're talking about on the website. It's slowrestling.com?
No, F. F is in Frank.
Flow. Got it. Got
it. FLO Wrestling.
Gotcha, dear. Is that the whole thing?
Well...
.com.
Yeah, and right there it says plans from $12.50 a month. I see what she's talking about.
Oh, yeah.
All right, gotcha.
Okay. And does it say cancel any time?
Mark, where do you see that? I don't see that. Where is it?
And right under it says cancel
Where is it, Mark? On flowwrestling.com.
Correct.
It's right there. It says get started. It's right below that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Show me that, Mark. Show me. I'm right on this.
$12.50 a month, however.
I'm right on it. Show me where that says.
They don't offer a monthly plan.
You're on a different website. Go to flowrestling.com.
That's exactly what I'm on.
Well, I'm on it, and it's different than what you're on.
Okay, then we have two different websites because I'm on it too. So how does that work?
I'll come over.
All right, come on over. This is what I want to see. We can call them, but I think it's easy if you call your credit card company to get out of it.
Tom, please, hold on, please.
Okay,
please.
You know what? I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this, Glenda. I'm sorry. You're not going to be on the phone and instruct me how to do this. I can handle it, all right? I don't want it. I can help you. I swear to God. Just don't keep saying, hold on, I don't understand. If you put your credit card in and you did not mean to, you tell them that and they will undo it. We will call them for you after you call your credit card company. Suzanne, talk to her off the air, please, and ask her if she's willing to contest it on her credit card. I can't stand her saying we're not listening. She told us the story in a very good fashion. I shut up and I let her do it. If there's something she has not said, let her go. But I need to make that clear. You know, I don't interrupt people. What I do is get information. And if you listen to the show, you will realize that it's always to get information, and I always get the needed information, not the extemporaneous information. Mark, why does my computer go to a different site than yours?
You're going to .org.
No, I'm not. If you hit .com, it goes to .org. You just did it yourself and saw it. You just saw it. It automatically went to .org.
Put it in again.
Okay. I mean, I'm trying to find this now.
I'm just looking at a completely different page.
I went www.flowwrestling.com. .com.
Let me see what comes up.
And it forwards. Okay. Now, nothing came up. Okay.
Put it in the address bar.
I did.
Don't Google it. Put it in the address bar. Go up.
Mark. Do you see what I'm doing? Okay, do you see what I'm doing? I'm putting it in the address bar. Do you see it? Now watch. Now it goes to .org. That's what, did you see it just forward?
Look, man, here's mine. Just look.
Stop, Shannon. Okay, Mark, that's good, but mine did not work.
Okay.
We're getting, did you want to type it in?
Yes, hold on.
Okay.
Try it on your MacBook.
But Mark, do you concede I typed it in properly? Look, come over here. I mean, this thing is confusing. Come over here. I want to show you. You put it in. You be the big man. Go ahead. You tell me if that's the proper one right there. Go ahead. Do you see it?
Just hold on, man.
Okay. We're typing in flowwrestling.com. Look at that, Mark. It went to .org, didn't it? But yours didn't. How can one computer have a forward and another one not have a forward? How can that happen? No idea, right? It's weird. It's weird. I do not get the messages you're getting. But I'm glad you saw it, Mark. What it does say 12. So she's within her rights, I think, to get a refund. They're misleading her. By the way, I don't know why that's happening with us, but
Hold on.
what are you doing wrong?
No.
There.
Why would it?
I don't know, Mark. I don't know.
Just try it on here for the help.
All right.
I have 1W if that helps.
Okay. We need to get her to contest it with her credit card. Did you tell her that?
I haven't yet, Tom. I
Well,
was
you
trying
got
to get on that
her.
website.
Can you talk to her? Because I want to make sure she knows I'm not trying to interrupt her. I'm trying to give her instructions. That's the first thing she does. But we will also help her with the website. Just please talk to her and let me know she knows that. Because if I get on, she's going to say, oh, no, Tom, you're not listening. You don't understand. Donna, what is this about a food bank? Does it need help or what? What's going on, Donna?
Yes, I went in there to get some emergency food today, and the lady said, get out, you're barred from here. We will call the police.
What? Wait. Are they open or are they closed?
They are open.
But why did they say to get out? Did you not have a mask or something?
No, sir, I had on my mask. It was because a year ago, I had a misunderstanding with one of the workers there, and it turned into I exploded on her. And
oh, wait, you called before, didn't you? I remember this.
Yes, sir, I did.
I remember this.
Yes, sir.
I remember them not wanting you at... Oh, did I not take a break, Shannon? I'm asking again, do I owe you a break, sir? Okay. Listen, Donna, I remember this call. I remember. So hold on. We have more coming up.
Hey, bro, you have my authority, I swear to God, to hit that sounder when I get ridiculous, okay? Please. No, but you, honest to God, please, you can do it. I promise you. If I go too far, please.
I figured it out.
What's that?
Someone on this computer actually has a fucking account, so it's logged in.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it wants to up, and all the other ones it says sign up.
Ah, honest to God, that's why.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Go to it right there. It's crazy. Watch. Now hit join now.
No, this says upgrade too.
I understand. Well, on this one, it doesn't fucking say it. Now hit join now.
It does say it. It says upgrade.
Yeah, where's it say join now, though?
Yeah, but why does that my.com go to .org and yours doesn't?
It does go to it, but I have join now. You didn't. This doesn't have the fucking join now. Look, it's not there. And here it is.
Oh, but you didn't tell me. But so yours does say .org up there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But this, for whatever reason, look, doesn't fucking show it.
Yeah, I know.
Why?
Mark, hold on. Maybe because it's the screen. Maybe it's big. Let me shrink it.
There it is. There you go.
Okay. All right, Mark.
But there it is. Look, she's absolutely right. 1250. By the way, when you left last time, it was like a fucking Monsters of Rock in here. You got so loud. Are you going deaf?
Well, that was a long time ago.
Plus, Montage Hills is enrolled in the COVID-19 vaccination program, which means their residents and employees will be among Visit MontageHills.com and click on the COVID banner for
Duran.
starting vaccine deployment. Call 303-671-2500 to learn more.
Frank Duran, therealestateman.com for buying and selling real estate. You know, I say this so much that I hope it doesn't roll off the tongue and out of your head because I want you to keep that name close to you. If anyone selling real estate, listing or buying real estate, contact the Frank Duran team at Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. He's also doing free market valuations of what your house will go for on the market based on his vast experience. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
Michael Brown here. I want to take a minute to talk about something that has changed my life. Blue Sky CBD.
Okay, let's
You've heard me talk about the relief it's given me with hip pain after rolling, and you've heard how much the
Okay, can I just explain this on Glenda real quick, and I think we can do it. Okay, so she's not. But I guess she reached out to the company. The company said, look, we'll give you our discontinued rate that we don't do anymore, $29.99 a month. We'll give you the difference in the $150 and the $30 she's agreed to pay a month.
No, she didn't want to pay anything a month.
That's what she told me. She just wants to get the word out to listeners, and she was hoping you would help stop them from ripping other people off. She's fine with the deal she's got, is what. So I said, you're not looking for a refund then? She goes, no, they said they would refund the difference. I just want to get the word out. So that's where she at. Okay, yeah, that part I don't know. She did not want the annual subscription at 20% off that they offered.
So what did she take?
Took the $29.99 a month, but she paid $150, and they said they would refund that difference, but they just haven't. So I said, so you want help with the refund? She goes, no, I just want to get the word out.
Okay. Oh my God.
And she thought you could help stop other people from getting ripped off from this website. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
And then Bonnie only has till noon.
Fuck.
Just so you know.
I hate when they press those deadlines on me.
Well, I'll remember. I didn't know that. I'll remember that for future. I knew she only had till noon. I didn't think it was a major deal. We have Eric Reineberg, Patch Olive, and everything.
I would have worked her up sooner.
Well, she just became available 10 minutes ago, Tom. Okay. I mean, I had her scheduled for 11, but then she had to handle. So I can get her on again next week after today.
Let's see what she does to complain.
800-362-8370 This is Brent Ivinson with Ideal Home Loans, and rates are still at record lows. But you don't waiting game because you're likely to get burned. Call Ideal Home Loans today where you can take advantage of our interest rate guarantee and cash in on some of the lowest interest rates we've ever seen. Call us today at 303-867-7000 to talk to one of our salary-based lending specialists or online at idealhomeloans.com. Equal opportunity lender regulated by NMLS 136756 for terms and conditions. Call 844.
That lady was funny, but dude.
From the Exergent Temporal Scanner Thermometer Weather Center.
We've got a mild day ahead. The high 50.
You think she would have started out, though? I just want to warn people. She started off as if she wanted a refund, you know.
Pinpoint Weather meteorologist Brooks Garner. Sponsored by Farmers Insurance. We are farmers. Call 1-888-FARMERS and you could save.
So, Mark, when you went to FlowWrestling.com, you didn't tell me that you then further went to join.
Well, what I did is I typed in Flow Space Wrestling in Google. Then I clicked on the link to the sign-up page. Then I went and did it on yours, and it looked completely different.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK.
Bonnie Shields is with us from Bonnie Shields Law. And by the way, we do have information from Glenda on that site, so hang on that, please. I'll get to it, please. And then Donna, I promise I'll go back to you. But Bonnie only has a little time, and I have several questions I've saved up for her, so we'll go back and forth to her. Bonnie Shields, you opened up a can of worms yesterday, or it wasn't your fault, or the other day. We talked about deductibility of maintenance. So people want to know this. If you have maintenance that you pay to a spouse, is it deductible?
It depends on when the order came out from. So the rules changed, I think it's 3 years ago, 2 or 3.
Okay, all right. Now, if it was deductible before the rule change, does it remain deductible?
It does, unless you modify it. And if you modify it, then you can choose. You have to both agree, but you choose whether it stays tax consequences or no tax consequences. You make that decision. The rates are a little bit different. If you're getting tax benefits and have to claim it on your taxes, the amount of maintenance is a little bit, it's changed from if there's taxability consequences.
Meaning, let's put it this way. If you're ordered, it doesn't matter now because any orders done now are just not taxable, period.
Exactly.
Which means if I am ordered to pay $1,000 a month to a spouse, I don't deduct it.
That's correct.
But the spouse, do they claim it as income or not?
They do not have to claim it as income.
Okay,
anymore.
so it's totally absence of taxes on each end.
That's correct.
If they sign now. If they signed before, it is deductible if they made it that way. You had a choice in the past.
No, it was, for a while, it was always, there were always tax consequences.
Okay, it was always income to the spouse who got it and always a deduction to the one who paid. That's the way it used to be.
Yes, always.
But if you're under an existing one that was deductible and income to the other spouse, then if you modify or extend that one, you can choose whether to continue with the taxes or not.
Yes.
Okay, got it. So new agreements are not tax deductible and are not income.
Correct. Even if you wanted them to be, and everybody agrees, let's make this a taxable event, you cannot do it if it's a new case, new orders.
What about this next question we had that brought up? If you have children, who gets to claim the children?
Well, this time of year, everybody's fighting about that.
Right.
Generally, in your orders, you agree. People agree. If they don't agree and you go to court, the judges will issue an order regarding it. Where it becomes difficult is sometimes what the judges ordered or what people agreed to is different than the IRS rules, because the IRS does have rules about deductibility. But generally, in the statute, you divide any deductions or tax credits, whoever gets to put the child's name on their tax return, you divide it in proportion to income. So, for instance, if
Gotcha.
If you each make the same amount of money and there's two kids, you're each going to claim one kid. If there's one kid, you alternate the years.
What if one makes more money? What if it's not evenly divisible because there's one child? Do you split the deduction? Is that possible?
You can't split the deduction, but usually people, if it's, maybe with their incomes are 60-40 or 70-30, if you guys go ahead and agree to alternate it, you can. If you go to court and argue, by statute, one person could, if you do the math, maybe get 2 out of 3 years, something like that.
I get you. Okay.
Do it that way. Most of the time, honestly, people just usually alternate. If there's one, odd number of children, or something like that.
Now, Bonnie, as far as mediation, if people call you for a consultation, then later want to mediate, is it difficult for you to take on the mediation because you've already talked to one party? In other words, if people want to mediate, should they not call you alone? What should they do if they want Bonnie Shields to mediate, which means way lower costs? What do they both call? How does that work?
I do a lot of joint phone calls. And if I have talked to one person and later they call and say, and I've given them some advice maybe, or told them how maintenance would work. Hey, this might be the amount of child support you get or you pay. If I've given them any sort of legal advice, I have to tell the other person, hey, this is what I've told them. And I do keep detailed notes when I talk to people. And they can either say, nope, I want someone different, or they excuse me, but they have to have full knowledge.
Okay, so Bonnie, in other words, someone could call you and say, Bonnie, I'm not sure if I want to hire you for a maintenance or for an attorney. You can talk to them without any problems, and then they can go to their spouse and say, let's hire Bonnie for for mediation.
Right.
And how much is it to mediate?
You're talking, a few $100s to, there's lots of work involved, you might go up to a couple thousand if I'm drafting all the paperwork and work.
But that's good to know because you know what? A couple thousand is pennies compared to what it usually runs. Bonnie, for anyone.
Yes, it is.
It's pennies. And I think more and more people should mediate. I think the only time they don't is out of anger. It really. Anyway, Bonnie Shields Law, we'll go back to her with other questions. If you have them, you can write to us, help@troubleshooter.com. And it's when she's not here, 303-798-1927. We're going to go back to that food bank problem, plus Mike with all-around auto care, and then Glenda, the false advertising. I want to put out the word. We agree with you on that one. We agree totally. We got to warn people about it.
Just tell me who it is, man. Just tell me.
I'd be able to keep writing it down. Spanker and Fuller.
Denver.
Spanker? Who is Spanker?
Now, Impact Traffic.
Sir, who is Spanker? Please help me here. I don't know who... Okay, become the spanker, you should have said. Then I would have known the joke. Become the spanker.
Yeah. I said, just got to remember your safety words, Tom.
Otherwise, you're looking good. I-25, I-70, wide open through the heart of town. Off highway, got a crash at...
Remember, that happened to Keith Lyman.
To watch out for wreck northbound Sheridan.
That deal?
Well, and northbound Colorado Boulevard remains...
No idea. I thought he was doing radio with his wife up in, Fort Collins or something, remember?
And the water main repairs from this...
Not anymore.
This afternoon. Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather, partly sunny with a high... Right now, 46. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Pete.
All right, talk you out of Kerr and Fuller. You ready?
888.
10 away. Thank you.
Got any likes again? Call 1-888-FARMERS to get a quote. We are farmers.
Dum, 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 dum.
Let's talk about free legal advice when you need it the most. I'm serious. If you're in an accident or you know anyone who's in an accident and they got injured, don't let them go off half-cocked saying, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, or I'm going to get this, I'm going to get that, or oh, it's not worth it. Call John Fuller for free legal advice, and I mean that sincerely. Here's what I mean. When you're in an accident, you call and discuss it with him. He'll tell you if you have a case, how good the case is. He'll give you his honest opinion and the law. If you hire him, there's still no charge. It's out-of-pocket charge, that is. He charges on condemned only. That's John Fuller, Fuller Law, 303-597-4500, 597-4500, and you can find him at referralist.com. You're also going to find Safe Sound Investments at referralist.com. And I'm including in that Become the Banker. Now listen, you may do Become the Banker, which is overfunding life insurance on purpose. I swear it is safe. It is a return no matter what the stock market does. But he also has another product called Guaranteed Retirement Pension. This is something I'm doing and something I urge you to do. First, find out about it. BecomeTheBanker.org for both plans, the life insurance or the Guaranteed Retirement Pension. BecomeTheBanker.org.
2020 is over. We can all breathe a huge sigh of relief for that. And we can look forward to 2021 because the puzzle game Best Fiends is now better than ever with exciting new levels, challenging new puzzles, and the cutest new characters.
Would you want
it has over 100 million
I don't
downloads.
know, Shannon,
Celebrate the new year by playing over 5,000 levels
do you
of the
want
best
me to
puzzle
make
game out there.
the
Download
sheet
Best Fiends for free
where
from
you
the
write
App Store
all
or
this
Google
stuff?
Play.
That's probably too much
Stress
trouble
out
right
the
now
art.
for the show.
Well, I do my 2 hours ahead of time. And I had it saved in a notepad and just forgot to cut and paste.
No, but if you ever did that, I mean, you don't have to write them every time if you don't want to.
No, it's not that big.
Okay.
Not that big. No big deal. And I did much better yesterday, but last night, basketball, and I didn't lay down till midnight up at 3 a.m. Oh.
Was it worth it watching, or you mean working it?
I never watch it.
Oh, working.
Yeah.
But at least I'm hanging out with Mark Johnson. I like that guy.
How do you say that?
Isn't that his voice? Yep, like Roach. Yep.
He's every bit as good as Roach. Did you know that Roach did the inauguration?
Is that with us?
No, that wasn't him.
You sure it wasn't?
Positive.
It sounded exact. Are you positive?
Yeah, they'd have to pay him too much to do a Biden event. Really, because he was asked to do Obama in 08 and he didn't do it.
Why?
He
on my team.
Did they want him to?
The answer
Now
is
listen.
simple as a mortgage refinance.
He does the Super Bowl. Do you know what he gets paid for that?
Mine is $2,500.
That's
it.
it.
Record.
I know. Somebody else said that too.
Come on.
No, that's about it. Yeah, they fly him out there. Put him
But
in
doesn't
a
he stay
lower
busy?
rate. Oh my God! See, that's the thing about doing the Super Bowl. Is you're not going to make $1 million doing the Super Bowl. You make $2,500, and everybody's going to go, "Oh my God, the guy that does the Super Bowl, we need him to do Budweiser." No, and then you get $50,000 to do.
Is he in business for himself, basically?
Can mean tens. He's getting a pile of dough from KOA to voice their stuff now. They fired him years ago, and then they pay him a ton to come back and voice it.
I wonder what he would charge me to do my opening.
303-695-70. Apply on.
You need a phone number?
Yeah.
Okay.
Net.
MLS 18234 Regulate Weather Division of Real Estate.
Your timeshare sits empty. Travel restrictions and quarantine is the new normal. Over and over,
Is he one of the best in the country,
this
basically?
together.
Yeah, and a great guy. I mean, not a horrible person at all.
For maintenance, mortgage, and assessment fees amounting to thousands of dollars per year.
Is his name really Roach?
For nothing.
Alan?
Start the Freedom Project.
No, Kelly Burnham.
I didn't know that.
Available timeshare.
I didn't. So Alan Roach is a stage name?
Oh, yeah.
Industry.
He wanted to just go by Roach, and somebody here at the Fox, when he got hired on, said, let's make that your last name instead of just a one-name deal. Can you be Alan Roach, like Alan Wrench? Whatever. All right.
In 2020, start the freedom process. Call Timeshare Freedom Group now because you have better things to do with your money. 855-48-CANCEL. 855-48-CANCEL. 855-48-CANCEL.
Timeshare Freedom Group, we set you free.
I've got one word for you. Tom Cruise. This new weekly podcast, Meeting Tom Cruise, we're going to talk about Tom Cruise. Every one of them is an amazing story to tell. Hey everybody, I'm Jeff Meacham from TV's Blackish. I'm Will Johnson from The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. We are inspired by Tom Cruise, but we've never actually met Tom Cruise. But after we talk to some people who have, maybe we finally will. It's not impossible. iHeartRadio is #1 for podcast. Work for it. Find Meeting Tom Cruise on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Claims Pro will get you more money when it comes to insurance claims. That's the easiest way to put it. We talk about claims, insurance claims. People get ripped off all the time. Mark will tell you that. I'll tell you that. We have public adjusters on our referral list. This is one of them, Peter, with Claims Pro. Here's the website, publicadjuster.pro. Don't ever expect an insurance company to be fair with you, ever. Fire, hail, smoke, rain, windstorms, floods. He'll do it and take a percentage and always get you more. You got to check him out. Publicadjuster.pro for any insurance claim. 833-252-4600. 833-252-4600. Claims Pro. That's publicadjuster.net. Now, having said all of that to protect you, I also want to go back to where's the food bank thing here? Okay, Donna. Listen, Donna, we went back to our notes. Donna, here's the problem. That community food bank, and now I'm not saying I agree with this. I don't know what you did, and I don't want to debate it because, you know, I know that you have a totally different perspective, but somehow before you got into a scuffle with them, and now they say they prefer not to have you there. And I think that's terrible if you truly need food. So what I want to know is, did they give you any alternative if you need food?
No, sir. And going into the Colorado Springs is about a 40-minute drive for us, and that takes a lot of gas. And so if we had that kind of gas to spend, we'd spend it on food.
So the community food bank that you're not going to, that won't let you in, what's the name?
Eastern Plains Community Pantry.
Now, did they say there's anything you can do to get back into their graces? What did you do when they said, get out of here, we're calling the police?
I turned around. She said, get out, turn around and walk out right now. So I turned around and I walked out. And I said, but you told me to speak to Cheryl. And she said, Cheryl doesn't want to talk to you. Get out.
All right,
I got out.
We want to call them right now from the show and ask them, is there anything? I mean, come on. You know, they can't hold this.
Right. You advised me to apologize.
Right.
Which I've repeatedly tried to do, but I can never find the
All
woman.
right, we're going to get someone. We're going to get someone to apologize to and see if they'll let you in. You were never dangerous or anything, right?
No, sir.
All right,
no,
Suzanne,
sir. Not one bit.
Let's see if Deputy Marty, or do you want to call him real quick to see if they
Well, I
want
was going to have Ken do it, but my only question is, she says that, in her email, that she's never had words with them at all. So why would she apologize if she doesn't even think she did anything?
Because in their perception, the last time she was there. Well, Donna, okay, I want you to tell me. Hold on, Donna. I want you to tell me what they're saying you did last time. I do not want. I know you're saying you did. What do they say you did?
That I exploded. That I got upset.
Now, you did lose your temper.
Did I? And I did not lose my temper.
Donna,
no, sir.
are you saying? Come on, Donna. Are you saying they completely made it up?
I'm saying that you told me that. Well, sometimes our perceptions of things are different than other people's.
That's right.
And I agreed with you. And I agreed with you on that. Perhaps the expression on my face was terrible or something. I don't know. But I never yelled at anyone.
Okay.
I never said curse words.
All right. No, Donna, okay. Listen, I'm not sitting in judgment. I wasn't there. And perception is a reality for each of us. But what I'd like to do is try to make amends, okay? Let's try to do that. Now, Glenda, we looked into this, and you are absolutely right. Flow Sports or Flow Wrestling, either one, they're bad news. They kind of trick you. We looked at this. It says get started plans from $12.50 a month and cancel any time, and then it kind of leads you to a yearly subscription. I don't like that. So you ended up negotiating something with them, right?
I did.
What did they allow you to do? Just get the 1 month or what?
What they allowed me to do is we will offer you a discount of 20% on your annual prescription, which of course I did not want, or a downgrade to their discontinued monthly plan at $29.99.
So you took it for a month?
The difference.
Good. Now, are you plan on canceling it after the month is out?
I do, and I accepted that. However, that's more than double.
Oh, I know.
$12.50
We see it. It's still up there. The $12.50.
It's a scam.
It is a scam. They're misleading people, and
they are.
So I appreciate you telling us about it, because there are a lot of people who want to watch sports for young people now that it's off the internet. So watch out for Flow Sports. It's either FLO Sports or FLO Wrestling. It could be FLO Soccer. I don't even know. I mean, we could try to see. I wonder if that's what they do, basically. Let's just see if they have Flow Soccer, just for the heck of it. And see. Now, I'm not going to spell it like Mark, soccer, S-O-C-K-E-R. I'm just kidding here, Mark. Okay, let's see. No, they don't have Flow Soccer. But just watch out for that. We got more coming right up.
Tell your smart device to play 630
KHOW on iHeart.
I think I updated it, right? I did right.
Impacts your life.
Getting 630 KPOW from iHeartRadio.
Denver's talk station. Available on over 2,000 devices. Now, Impact Traffic. Sponsored by Farmers Insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, travel around the Mile High City freeway system in decent shape, with the exception of the Commerce City commute, westbound 270, stop and go between I-70 and Vasquez, so watch out for that. You can use I-25 and I-70 to get around there. No delays on those two interstates through the heart of the city. Off highway, south of I-70, northbound Colorado Boulevard, closed between 35th and 40th Avenue. Crews are resurfacing the road following the water main repairs. That roadway not expected to reopen until sometime this afternoon. 31 Pinpoint Weather. Going to be partly sunny today with a high 51. Right now, mostly cloudy and 46. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Pete Wagner. 630 KHOW.
Call 1-888-FARMERS and your auto insurance.
You good on a couple of these here?
Ike's again. Call
Exactly, Leonard. Here you go.
Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Fire Insurance Exchange, third affiliate, product not available in every state.
TheArtOfGranite.com. I could sing all day about them. Why? Because you just have to call and get a price on the phone. So many people would love to do that with every business, but they can't. But Mitch Fleury at The Art of Granite is transparent. He loves giving out prices. So it's simple because he doesn't charge for the tear-out hallway or the bathroom when you do the kitchen, and all materials are wholesale. So all you have to do is take some measurements, give him an idea of your project, and get a price. And The Art of Granite you will love him. TheArtOfGranite.com, 303-386-5919. Speaking of prices, you see, I am directing you to the best at the lowest prices, really. Well, maybe not rock bottom price, but better values, better installation, better financing. I'm talking about SimplyFloorsInc.com. When these people become part of the Troubleshooter family, it's because I believe in them. Buddy and Karen Mitchell will make an appointment for your home or in their showroom. Just reach them at the website and make your own appointment for the best floor coverings at the best prices. SimplyFloorsInc.com.
Research Raccoon is the easy and affordable way to get smarter about your customers. Whether you need a new name for your business or launching a new product or don't even know what. No matter the size of your business, Research Raccoon gives you the tools to learn at an affordable price. So move with confidence with Research Raccoon. Visit ResearchRaccoon.com to learn more. Research Raccoon. Fast results with big data.
In this crazy times that we're all living in right now, there's nothing more important than your health.
We'll only have 4 minutes when we're back.
On the world
So you just want to talk to Bonnie for a minute? Thank you.
Callers now.
I'm toasting callers.
You do a good job.
Yeah. I'm loving them. I'm telling them we'll get right to them.
Former Denver Broncos all-pro linebacker and Ring of Famer. Tough stuff machines are tremendous for any type of workout you're trying to get in. And I've got in my home now, so when I work out, I'm not hurting myself, I'm helping myself. And there's no better way to be consistent with your workouts than have it at home.
Oh, Suzanne!
To you any time of the day or night. Tough stuff on the fitness gallery. You're going to get the best.
What is the slash on the one you're concerned about?
Today, having your own home gym is more affordable.
Oh, I'm going to have to look at that. Yeah, I think it's not slash, it's at referral.
Metro locations.
It's like it's an app referral. It's like Twitter.
Can't stop time, but we can help you.
But I can go look. I can go confirm.
Show me something. All right. Because then if you're on Facebook, you want to go to that page directly now.
I'm saying here's our little tag.
It is referral.
Right, and look here, at referral.
So can you just type that and you go right to it?
I believe so, yeah. When you're in the search, go search Facebook.
We've ever seen.
And I'll go at what's yours? At what?
I don't know if mine's Suze Major, maybe SUZMAGER. I think that's what it is, but I don't even know, Tom.
Ideal Home Loans can help.
Yeah. There I am.
So why is the at better?
Well, I thought that's what you were talking about, but slash referrals, I would do both.
No, I'm just asking you personally. Like, what is different than just putting in your name? I mean, what is this ad? In other words,
I don't know. Twitter uses it, so I thought they copied it from Twitter, but I don't.
So is our referral is 2 L's?
Equal opportunity lender.
You don't know.
I 36756 for
drop down.
Sam's new project is a project manager right away.
But this is so.
He's going to manage to hit a
There it is down there.
It took an extra week.
But why isn't my other one radio show here?
I think when you're at one, it shows the other. I don't really know, but it is 1 L there and 1 L there.
Is only 1 L? Are you sure that's 1 L?
Indeed delivers 2.5.
Okay, there's 1 L.
Looks like 1 L to me.
According to HR.
Thank you.
I was told I have great vision for my age.
Hey, you know what? Mine, is dry eye. I went to them. They said
for my eye surgery, I've had dry eye in one eye. It feels like something's in it sometimes, especially when I wear makeup. Bonnie Shields.
Is this me? Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713.
It was a Charmin toilet paper commercial.
An Ultra Strong just cleans better. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
This is Bill Ampere, General Manager at Clean Lexus of Greenwood Village, #1 Lexus dealer in Colorado in both new and certified pre-owned sales for 2020. Celebrate the start of 2021. Lease the new IS300 sedan or NX300 SUV for only $349 per month today at Cooney Lexus, 5150 South Quebec Street at I-25 in Bellevue or online at CooneyLexus.
All right, sorry about that. That was Comcast. I think we're on track. I think we're on freaking track.
630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Did I miss anything good?
Hi. Law. Bonnie Shields has a limited time today. However, we'll get her back soon. 303-798-1927 when she's not here. We were talking about how she can mediate a divorce and you can save thousands. We also talked about deductibility of maintenance, which is no longer. And then we talked about deducting children, which is usually in an agreement, or you have to have the court decide if you can't come to an agreement. And then as far as divorce issues go, I wanted to ask Bonnie, has the pandemic increased divorces?
I don't think it's really increased it, Tom. For a while, it had really stalled things, and then they sort of started picking up back to probably normal levels.
So, in other words, it's not one impact or the other, either way.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in my practice.
Okay. Now, as far as mediations, are they up as far as people wanting to mediate, or do you think it's still an idea yet to catch on?
No, mediations are really up, and the reason for that is that if you are, normally when people think, I'm just going to go to court and roll the dice and see what happens, well, that might happen, but, it might be 6 months, 8 months, 10 months before you can get into court, because the courts got really backed up last year when they closed completely down for a period of time. So a lot of them still have a backlog. So people really started mediating more because they didn't want to wait.
And I want to stress that you're a great mediator, and I mean that, because you tell each side what to expect. What I want to know is this. Somebody asked me just now, what is the format for mediation if they actually call for a mediation? Can you quickly go through that?
Sure. The first few minutes, you just give them kind of the rules.
They want to know the actual logistics. Are they in the same room?
Well, right now they're by Zoom and normally not in the same room.
Oh, by Zoom. Okay, well, that says it all right there. Okay, by Zoom. And do you talk to each one privately or together?
Yes, you can put them in separate rooms. If there's some things, it depends on the case. If there are couples that actually, you can put them in the same room, you can go a lot faster and get more done. Most of the time people want to be in their own quote-unquote room and don't want to, they want to be able to tell you things without seeing the other person and having the other person see them. So there's the ability on Zoom or in person to put them in separate rooms when you need to, which sometimes is for the entire time.
Hey, Bonnie, do you think this has changed the paradigm and you will continue with Zoom, or is it better to be in person? I think Zoom is probably more efficient.
It is more efficient. It is more efficient, and the mediators are getting better and better at it. You can flash up documents you're working on, so it saves the mediator going back and forth. So it is a little bit more efficient, but what I miss, I miss having a client sitting here in my office where we can talk, privately, face-to-face, looking each other in the eyes. And, most attorneys aren't doing that for safety reasons right now, but I'm anxious to get back to that.
Okay, this one father, and this is real quick, says, although he's paying a certain amount in child support, he's paying all the other expenses, and he's tired of it. So now, and the wife says, well, you can't reduce your child support. But what if he thinks it's unfair? Are those other expenses counted as part of his child support if he ever went back to court?
They could be. There's something called extraordinary expenses, so it depends on what they are. If you have a child who's on the track to be a great football player or something like that, baseball, ice skating, sometimes those expenses for the coaching and the
But would a judge, let's say they're not extraordinary, but wouldn't a judge take into consideration if he's doing child support plus all their clothes, let's say transportation, tuition, would a judge even take that into consideration?
Tuition for sure. Clothing, probably not.
Even though he's paying child support, the tuition, the clothing would not be considered extra.
Right. That's kind of expected that you buy your kids clothes.
Okay. Bonnie Shields Law, 303-798-1927 when she's not here. She's also on referralist.com. More coming up. Stay tuned.
My name is Rita Kay.
I am Ellen Grodsky.
This is Call Your Grandmother. What's the matter with you, Ellen?
It is a podcast about the relationship between
grandmothers and
remove them, right?
Yes. And we didn't even post them. Make sure that it's something you reposted, I believe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like we created the content they didn't like.
Are you concerned about outliving your money? Call 866-901-2255. That's 866-901-2255 for your complimentary Safe Money book and to win Al Martinez for the Retirement and Radio Show on Sundays at 7 a.m. and 3 p.m.
Hi, it's Mandy Connell joining my friends Gary Bell and Brad Pollock for the Pollock Legal Show right here on KHAL every Saturday morning at 7. It's a live call-in show to give Coloradans like you free legal advice on any topic you'd like to discuss with us.
Portions of the following program will be recorded.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
Coming up at 5 after the hour, listen for your chance to win $1,000 on KHOW Denver.
ABC News, I'm Mark Remillard. Republican House Leader Kevin McCarthy facing criticism from Democrats and some Republicans for assigning Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene to the Committee on Education and Labor. Greene has been a supporter of the conspiracy group QAnon and has reportedly posted on social media false claims that the Sandy Hook shooting in Newtown and the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School shooting were fake. Today at her briefing, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says Greene's new position brings more pain of school violence.
What could they be thinking, or thinking too generous a word for what they might be doing? It's absolutely appalling.
McCarthy in Florida today meeting with former President Trump. He's trying to repair rifts within the party following the U.S. Capitol siege and the pending impeachment trial.
Too late.
The COVID-19 variant first discovered in South Africa.
I wanted to stay out of the party. Let somebody else do it.
They've identified 2 cases of that variant.
He doesn't have the fucking personality.
ABC News. After yesterday's warning about domestic terror by the Department of Homeland Security, Houston's police chief calling his
but he's got the followers
for right-wing extremists, urging residents to be on alert.
Know what I mean?
NATO specifically mentioned a group called the Thin Blue Line, whose members allegedly helped storm the U.S. Capitol on January 6th.
What really angers me is that the Thin Blue Line by racists, by militia groups, has been hijacked. And you know what they did with the Thin Blue Line flags? To the Capitol police officers, they beat the hell out of them.
German health officials making a preliminary recommendation to give the AstraZeneca COVID vaccine only to people from ages 18 to 64 for now. The committee says there isn't enough data to judge its effectiveness in older people. The EU is expected to approve the AstraZeneca vaccine soon. And the mayor of Turin, Italy, has been found guilty of involuntary manslaughter for a stampede at a sport. The panic apparently triggered by thieves who pepper sprayed their target. 2 people died. The mayor appealing the verdict. I'm Mark Remillard, ABC News.
With the new president, so much is happening in Washington. Now, millions are turning to Newsmax TV, your trusted news source. They're going online to Newsmax.com for breaking news and downloading the free Newsmax app on their smartphones. Newsmax TV is on all major cable systems. If you don't get Newsmax, call your cable operator or watch it free on Roku, YouTube, Apple TV, Xumo, Pluto, and smart TVs like Samsung and LG. Newsmax is real news for real people. Start watching today.
I'm Dr. Andrea Russo, a cardiologist. Maybe you're waiting to talk to your doctor right now, but if you're having an irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, don't wait. This could be a serious condition like atrial fibrillation, which can make you about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you're having these symptoms, don't wait. Talk to a doctor by phone, online, or in person.
Brought to you by Bristol Myers Squibb, Pfizer. KHAL News Time, 12:03.
Denver police have arrested 3 teenagers they say started a fire that killed 5 members of a Senegalese family back in August.
These suspects, 2 of which are 16, 1 is 15, were arrested in Jefferson County. They are currently being held for investigation of 5 counts of first-degree.
Police Chief Paul Payson says investigators don't believe the murders are a hate crime at this point. Colorado lawmakers disappointed at former President Trump's decision to put the Space Command in Huntsville, Alabama, instead of keeping it at Peterson Air Force Base in Colorado Springs.
Mayor John Summers says even a couple members of the Senate Armed Services Committee thinks the decision is untethered.
You're up and running here. You've got the room to expand. The city's given you free land, all that sort of thing. Really, you're going to pick up and spend $2.5 billion to move this to Alabama? It just doesn't make sense.
The new Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin has said that he will review the decision. Nuggets beat Miami last night. CU and CSU also win last night. That's the latest. I'm Chuck Clark.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, it's a wide-open highway drive across the Mile High City freeway system for the most part as the lunch hour gets going on this Thursday. The only problem is the Commerce City commute. Both directions of I-270, a bit stop and go, westbound slow between I-70 and Vasquez, eastbound slow between I-76 and York. Take I-25 and I-70 to get around those delays. Not seeing any problems on those stretches. Things are looking good on 225 in Aurora. No problems on 470 in Highlands Ranch. And trouble-free on the Turnpike as well. Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather. Partly sunny today with a high of 51. Right now cloudy, 46. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
If you're hiring, you need Indeed. Indeed delivers quality candidates so you can focus on interviewing people with the right skills. Receive a $75 sponsored job credit when you upgrade your job post at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm Tom Martino for Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan, because Ideal wants to make sure if they do a refinance for you, they put you in a better position than you were in before. And being in a better position than you were before means you have a shorter term or a lower rate or both, or that you maybe consolidated some debt and then they can tell you how to pay off that portion of the principal faster. They also have credit optimization where they help you tweak your credit. It just takes a few hours to get you even better pricing, or they have the rate guarantee. So if rates go down even further, they will refinance you free of charge over the
Are you grumpy? Are you having a bad day or something?
No, I just talked to our Comcast guy, and I'm feeling a lot better.
Okay.
I started thinking they had a fucking conspiracy against us.
Okay.
Although every time, turn
Alright, we're going to go back in like 30 seconds. I don't know where Tommy's at.
Sorry.
If you take it, you might as well take Deputy Doc on 6 to update the food bank. He called the food bank to see what the girl needed to do to get back in the food bank. They said she needs
way long ago?
Yes. They won't let her in, so Deputy Doc called. That's what I was hoping to start with.
And has finally single-handedly destroyed sports with his latest
Say it again.
transgender order. Join me at 4.
I did hear it, yes.
Chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword EASY to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's EASY to 200-200. This is the Troubleshooter Show.
Martino here with Mark Major to my left.
What the heck is this food bank deal? Is this a woman that called a long time ago?
Yes.
Well, she was stealing toys or something.
No, it was a misunderstanding. Let's do this. Let's at least say this, that we don't know what happened because we weren't there. But yes, they said she was raising her voice and getting upset. But here's what...
And the husband came back and did something, if I recall.
Here's the good part.
Yeah.
That no matter what happened, she wants to put it behind her.
Yeah, but they might not want to.
Yeah, but
if I recall,
a food bank.
Yeah, but it was actually run by just some really nice people that got really pissed at this lady.
Yes, Mark, but, in general, though, sir, I think, you got to be able to work yourself back, unless it was something really egregious. So let's talk to Deputy Doc, who went out about this.
Oh, cool.
He actually called him, but I'll bring her back up. Hey, Donna, listen,
yes, sir.
Listen, I just want you to know that I truly don't know how to judge this.
I was ready to apologize to whomever I needed to.
I get
They're
it.
hungry, Tom.
I get it. No one should be hungry. And I believe her, by the way. Now, explain your financial situation to us.
I work at a small deli at a truck stop here in Colorado. My husband is a writer for a small newspaper.
Really?
I have 2 teenagers.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir. And I have 2 teenagers who are hungry all the time. It
Yeah.
seems like they eat constantly, but we're just waiting.
Listen, no
for our
one
food
can
stamps
misuse
to get
food.
back on.
That's what I say. No one can misuse food. Do we have any gift cards left we can give to her for? Do you have any King Supers out there?
No, sir, not out here.
Where do you go shopping? When Safeway?
We have a Safeway and a Walmart in Falcon, Colorado, that are close, or about 30 minutes away.
Okay, hold on. I want to help this family. I want to help this family. I'm very serious. Now listen, again, I don't know what happened at the food bank. I don't care at this point. It can't be that serious. She's willing to apologize and move on. Everyone should be forgiven if they want to apologize and move on and not continue the same vein. Everyone. Who doesn't deserve forgiveness? Now, of course, there are people now who are going to bring up Hitler and all that. Here's what I'm saying, okay? I'm not God in this, but I'm saying for this kind of stuff, you know, come on, people. Hold on. Deputy Doc, you called. What happened?
I did. Well, apparently, Cheryl Lopez, who's in charge, is at the hospital with her husband, who's in critical condition. So I spoke to Peggy.
Oh my goodness! Does he have COVID?
I didn't ask.
Oh, okay.
She just said she's at the hospital. So I spoke to Peggy and explained the situation, and she said, "Well, we're going to have to take it up with the board." And I said, "Well, when is the board meeting? Don't they have regular?" And she was very. You could tell by her voice. She was not very forgiving.
Was she bitchy? Just say it. Just say it. Was she bitchy?
Well, not really.
I don't think this is fair. I'd like to hear their side again. When they came on the air, and I know they did, their side was way different. Way different.
So Mark,
I thought the guy came in and threatened him.
Well, the point is that she said she'll take it up with the board, but she doesn't know when the next board meeting.
You know what? This is just. You know what? Come on, man. Mark, I don't care, Mark. Are you saying that she should never be...
I'm not saying anything about her. I don't think it's fair we're saying something about people that sit around and serve the homeless and give them food over something we weren't there for.
No, but no matter what, if this woman wants to apologize and talk to them and move on, they should at least give her the opportunity.
Maybe her husband needs to apologize.
By the way, I wasn't talking about them. I was saying, in this case, talking to Doc, was she bitchy? That's what I was talking about.
Well, I'm just saying, I recall them coming on, and it was much more egregious than I think what you remember. It was like threatening or something.
Mark.
No, sir.
Mark, even if it was, you're missing the point.
But that's why
Can we move forward?
Well, apparently they don't want to. I mean, that's it. That's all. I don't mind helping this woman out. I'm saying I don't fault these other people depending on what happened.
Community Pantry? I mean, come on. Wait for the board meeting. You know, I'm so tired of people not communicating.
Don't you have someone who can go in there and get food for you?
Yeah, or do they refuse to even give food if it's a representative? First of all, what are the Deputy Doc, find that out. If these people are hungry, are they saying they deserve to be hungry? They're going to punish them? Or can someone pick up food for them?
We'll even do this. We'll get an Uber to show up there and grab food and bring it back to her. I'll even pay for that.
Yeah, what?
They said they gave her a list of other food banks, and she can go there.
But they're too far. How far away are they?
Well,
in Colorado Springs.
Donna said they were 40 minutes away.
Donna, you said they're in Colorado Springs?
Yes, sir.
Now, how far, how much further?
I live in...
Where do you live?
I live in Rama, Colorado.
Rama. And how far is Rama?
Family far.
Just wait. How far is Rama?
40 minutes outside of Colorado Springs, going, top speed. It's outside of Calhoun.
No, you're not listening to me. I didn't ask that. How far are you from the food bank that kicked you out?
Oh, that's in Calhoun. That is about an 8-mile drive.
So you're about 10 minutes from there and 40 minutes from the other one. Okay. Well,
yes, sir.
Okay, for now, you're going to have to do the 40-minute drive for now. That's what you're going to have to do for now. And then,
is it time or money, Donna? Is it time or money?
It's money, sir. If we had the money to spend on gas to go into the Springs, we'd spend it on food right here in town.
Well, I'll pay for a tank of gas.
Yeah, but here's the deal. I get that, Doc.
Yeah.
She's looking for a long-term.
I want a long-term solution, but Doc, that's very generous. We need to get a long-term solution, and I think it's, you know what? It's easy to sit high and mighty, Mark, and say, well, we'll just have to wait for the next board. That's not right. That's just not right.
Tom, I'm just saying,
what we have
I
to
think
do,
it was way more egregious
Mark,
than what you remember.
Mark, stop. I'm talking about now, all right? Stop. I'm talking about now. That's what I'm talking about. I understand what you're saying, but there's got to be a road back, for God's sakes, for salvation. They even rehabilitate murderers, for God's sakes. I am saying that Donna wants to apologize. She wants to do what they say she needs to do.
Tommy, if it was her husband that did it, he should be the one up there apologizing, not her apologizing for her husband.
And if her husband did anything, he doesn't even have to go there. What's that?
My husband is ready to apologize also, sir.
Okay.
We are both very humble about this. We are not arguing that.
I get it.
Apologize.
And I don't think hunger should be held over someone's head. I think it's wrong. I don't care. I think it's wrong. At least talk to them. Mark, there's no reason not to talk to them. Man, this is wrong.
Doc just did talk to him.
No, I'm talking for Donna. Donna should at least be able to talk to them. This woman, even Deputy Doc said, you could tell this woman didn't sound very forgiving. Come on, Mark, it can't be that bad. Honest to God.
I don't know what happened, Tom. I'm just saying vilifying people that run a food bank, I don't think is a good idea.
I'm not vilifying them. I am saying that they're doing wrong by not at least listening to an apology.
Okay.
I did not say they ran a bad
It
food
would
bank.
just be nice to have their side.
You know, here's the thing, Mark. You sit over there and bark at me when I am doing my job.
Barking.
But yet you're the one who are the most egregious about calling people names and being angry with people. I am not telling you they are bad people. I am saying that they are not giving this woman a chance. Everyone deserves a chance.
We don't have their
and
side.
No one should be hungry. We do have their side. Deputy Doc said she wants to apologize. She didn't say, okay, let me talk to her. She said,
Tom, I thought they walked in there and threatened to kick their ass or something.
Well,
no, sir. No, sir. Absolutely not.
Mark,
then what happened? Remind us what happened. What happened?
What happened was, I went in there, a lady was making a donation, and I said, it was a toy.
That's
and
right.
I said,
I remember it.
My son's birthday is coming up in just a couple of weeks. That would be perfect for him. And I was told, well, first, Peggy has to look over the toys.
That's right. She
first.
said, get your hands off that because we have to process it first. And there were words.
And then what happened with your husband?
So several months later, my husband and I both went in there to speak to someone to apologize. And we were told, you have to wait to talk to Cheryl. And
all right, well, if that's the case, I agree with both of you, but that's not what they came on the air and said, is all I'm saying.
Mark, they never said there was violence involved or anything. Never. I remember.
Okay.
But, however, I'm not even going so far. I'm not even going so far as believing Donna. Even if she raised her voice and said, this is ridiculous, my kid has a birthday, why can't I? I don't care. Right now, if someone learns from the past and wants to move on, that is the point I'm making. I'm not looking to dredge up that incident, but I am saying it is not very nice to not even talk to someone and say, I don't know when our next board meeting is, when we're talking about hunger. Honest to God, she's not asking for diamonds and gold and flowers. She's asking for food. Food cannot be misused.
Why can't you go to Lyman? There's a food bank there. That's not much further.
Lyman? What about it, Don?
That's the same distance as Colorado Springs.
Now listen.
And we are totally,
Donna,
both of us, my husband and myself. Yes, sir.
For now, we're going to help you get gas to get food, okay? We're going to help. What I want to do is I want to work on...
so much.
Okay, I want to work on a long-term solution. And I, honest to God, think you cannot be heartless when it comes to hunger, when it comes to COVID, even when it comes to tempers flaring. Eastern Plains Community Pantry does a wonderful job feeding the community, okay? They're fine, but why? There's no such thing as unforgiveness, for God's sakes. There's no such thing. And if someone upsets you, you put your back up in the air and say, I'm sorry, you got to wait for our next board meeting. This is just wrong. It's wrong, okay? I mean, I'd like to know what people think about this, but I think it's wrong. The woman is asking for food. That's what she's asking for. You know, and Deputy Doc, I'd like you to ask them, could she have a neutral representative pick up food for them? I want you to ask them, because I want to see how deep this revenge goes. That's what I want to see. Deputy Doc, a very simple question. Okay, brother, here's what I want. I just want to say, look, we're not trying to give you a hard time, and we're not trying to tell you how to run it. Would it be okay if a neutral person picked up food for them? Let's just see what they say. Let's see how deep. Let's just see. And Deputy, in a nice way, that we would get somebody totally neutral if they would do that. So let's see what happens.
Broncos country, it's the start of a new year, and Broncos Fit challenges are with fun workouts you don't need gym to complete. From cardio to core strength training, yoga, and
I just say that's good radio.
And miles of
It was great radio.
Yeah, but I don't want people to think this is an act. It's this other thing that I did, so please, I don't want to talk about it, but I want to keep doing it. But not too much. You know what I'm saying, right? Okay, good. I'm talking about this one, right here. Look. David Ellis Jewelers in Cherry Creek Shopping Center, North. It's at 3rd and Clayton. Why am I telling you about David Ellis Jewelers? A great jewelry store, but here's the main deal. You're going to get the extra cash you need by selling your old gold, silver, and valuables. Doesn't even have to be that old. It could be estate stuff, whatever it is. You'll get great prices with David Ellis, and you'll get honest dealings. Don't take a chance. Don't ship it off. Because people that ship it off sometimes never see it, or they don't know what they're going to get, or they don't know if it's weighed properly. You know what? David, I've known him for, 40 years? Seriously. And because I went into his store and I got to know him. He's a great guy, and you'll like him, okay? He's just right to the point. Let me see what you got. I love him. I really do. He's a New Yorker. And he'll tell you, okay, here's what I got. And it's the truth if you want to take it. Now, you don't have to. But you don't lose by going first to a local place, 3rd and Clayton, Davis Ellis Jewelers, to sell all your old stuff, your gold, your silver, your watches, your tangled up stuff, your coin collections. 303-322-8779 for more information. That's 322-8779, David Ellis Jewelers, 3rd and Clayton. Okay, All Pro Restoration, the good guys in restoration. This is what I mean. The restoration industry is filled with liars, cheats, and ripoffs. There's more than a better chance that you'll get ripped off if you simply select a restoration company after your fire or flood, or maybe you need a cleanup after a COVID outbreak. You cannot take chances. So go to the good guys, allprocolorado.com. That's the website, allprocolorado.com. And I'll give you the number in a second. All Pro Restoration, Jessica and Jonathan own it. They'll be at your door 24/7. In 90 minutes or less, they're honest and above board, can deal with your insurance or self-pay, and they're not going to pressure you into things you do not need. Please go to the good guys. All Pro Restoration. It's allprocolorado.com, 720-729-0002, 720-729-77. That means 0002. That's 720-729-02.
You own a timeshare, and it's the time of the year for eye-popping maintenance fees arriving.
So I did all these 3 Facebooks.
This time.
Oh my God.
To all the people?
Yeah, and you want to see what I wrote? Here's what I wrote.
Send me one, I'll read it. Oh. Are they the same to all of them?
Yeah.
Is it really worth all that?
You think it's good, though?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to check. I'm so sorry to hear this. This issue outside my wheelhouse. I focus on security for...
Did she give you some wheelhouse?
Please ping so-and-so, and they'll be able to find... the right person, and I did that so-and-so. I did that one.
Very good.
It says, you helped us on an issue in the past, we're helping the directors dealing with this issue.
Did you tell them, damn it, listen, I know I'm right about COVID and Facebook.
Our page, facebook.com/referrals, is on some sort of restriction for distributing fake news. When we navigated to page quality, we saw the offending posts and immediately removed them. They were reposts. Please understand that our page is a page for consumer health. And while we have robust discussions on all topics, we do not advocate for any political views, nor do we post anything vulgar, violent, or known false. The worst case scenario of opinions concerning such as COVID, such as those concerning COVID. My main question, what do we do now? We need to remove restrictions. They are doing irreparable financial and reputational harm. We are willing to take whatever steps you recommend. So that's a good letter. So the one that wrote back to me, by the way, was the security one. Okay? The security people, not the one... Not the one, yeah, this is good. This was the security one, not the nice contact. So, we'll see.
You could start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. Live online classes meet just twice a week. It's not rocket. MyComputerCareer.edu. If you're in chronic pain, you may have been told you need to live with it or be on pain meds the rest of your life. It's not true. Find out more at Colorado Pain. Hi, I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. I want you to find the doctors dedicated to developing a plan just for you. Safe use of meds, physical therapy, nerve procedures, and other evidence-based treatment with proven results. ColoradoPainCare.com. Accepted by most insurance, Medicare, and Medicaid. 303-GOT-PAIN.
It's Colin Coward. Here's what's trending on iHeart Sports Network, presented by Mercedes-Benz Vans.
After weeks of speculation, it's official. Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson has formally requested a trade after Houston reneged on their promise to involve him in their search for a head coach and GM. The Nuggets down a depleted deep squad to win their fifth straight.
Wait till I give you the whole insight on this one Dan and I are going to later. Holy shit.
Drive a Mercedes-Benz van and find how.
All right, guys, back in about a little under 30.
Customization and service to financial assistance.
What are you going to be doing after the show? Yeah, I mean it's a big deal, man.
Tell your smart device to
we'll talk to you on the air about it. I mean, we got when we get a second, let's talk about it. I'll just bring it up and throw it by you. The synopsis.
Denver's talk station, available on over 2,000.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter.
One Clear Choice garage doors, the people that I use for my garage doors, and when you ask me, do I use them, that's a hell yes. They are great. 24/7 for problems or for inspections if you're moving into a new home. And it's OneClearChoiceDoors.com. You can't find better. OneClearChoiceDoors.com. Okay, now, who do I have to go to? Yeah, Mike's been waiting a while.
Yes,
Let's go.
And then Michael's
Mike,
priority.
Let's go, Mike. Welcome. What's happening, Mike?
I'll just be brief, and then you can ask me whatever questions you want.
Okay, sir.
Basically, I'm considering talking to a financial advisor, and when I mentioned that to my wife, she said, well, why? That's just going to cost us money. So that's kind of the gist of,
Yeah, you know what?
In other words...
Listen, a lot of people feel that way, and you're right. There is a cost, but a cost should never be in the negative. Advertising, for example. This is what I tell people. If you're running into the negative on advertising, for example, if you spend $1,000 on advertising and you do not get $1,000 in results, you should not continue using the advertising. Now, if it's temporary while you're building up what I call brand equity, that's one thing. So now with financial planning, it's the same thing. You don't want people that are going to turn and churn and make little credits here and commissions here and plus have management fees or hourly rates. So I always say this, Mike, the most important part of a financial advisor is how do they get their carrots, okay? And that is a good question. You should be able to get a financial advisor and get such a good return that it will erase whatever charges there are. In other words, you're going to get better than you would on your own anyway. Now, that's not guaranteed, obviously, but with safe conservative investments, or for those more daring, for calculated investments, there's nothing wrong with paying a financial advisor. I pay one. Let's talk now. I want to make clear, because this is something I want to make clear. No one can guarantee anything in the financial world, period, right? We all know that. But I do want them to guarantee that they will do their best to keep me in the kinds of investments I'm comfortable with and the kinds of investments that are designed to make money. So Pat Jolliffe, Family Wealth Advisors. I've known you for years, Pat. So what I want to know is this. How do you get paid at Family Wealth Advisors? Let's just put it right out there. And how does the financial world work when you're paying financial advisors?
Sure. Hey, Tom, thanks for having me on.
Sure, Pat.
I believe it's Mike, is it?
Yeah.
Yes. So there's varying ways that you can be paid, obviously, in the financial world. We're a fee-only firm, so we just, like, the way it works for us is we'll negotiate a fee with you based upon the type of work that we're doing. That can include a percentage of the assets that we manage for you, or it could be a flat fee on an annual basis. I think to Tom's point, the biggest thing is you don't want to be in a situation where there has to be something sold for an advisor to be compensated.
Yeah, never.
We're a fiduciary, and as we're held out as a fiduciary.
Yeah, you got to explain.
We're just working for you.
Yeah, let's explain fiduciary. What is that? What does that mean?
Fiduciary, by definition, is that you have to put the needs of the client first, and that folks might think, well, gee, doesn't everybody do that? And unfortunately, no, they don't.
Yeah.
And from a legal standpoint, we're required to do that, and so that's in comparison to a suitability standard where folks may, if you have something, there's a product out there, let's say, that would fit, that would be suitable for the person or what they're asking, and there's 5 different products, but one of them will send them to Hawaii, the other 4 won't. Well, they could sell you under the suitability rule the one that gets them to Hawaii, and it'd still be considered suitable for the placement. In the case, we don't do that, so that's just not an option for us. We
okay.
Fee only.
Here's what I want to know then. So if you had $100,000 to invest, you guys would take a percentage to manage that. Let's just say 1%, and that would be the yearly fee. And then you're hoping to make
Correct.
4, 5, 6, maybe 7, 8, 9, whatever. I'm not trying to say guarantee anything, but then that 1% would be in that.
That's correct.
So if you do your job, the percentages that the customer gets to keep is more than the percentage they're paying, obviously.
Exactly, and I've always just said it frankly, it puts our greed on the same side of the table. I mean, we're going to do better when our clients do better, and vice versa.
And do you have any specific questions, Mike?
There's a lot of different financial advisors, and they offer different services, and that some of them offer everything from tax help and financial help and all that kind of in a package. I mean, how do you? I have a friend that got with a financial advisor, promised him the world, and ended up to be a Ponzi scheme. How do you avoid something like that? Okay,
Mike, I'm going to tell you that, okay, because I'm going to tell you to watch out for what I call one-trick ponies and schemes, okay? So you hold on. That's a very important question, and there are some out there right now.
If you missed it earlier, we have your chance to win $1,000.
Text the nationwide Q easy to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard dating.
Mark's going to do get bounce
nationwide contest. That's easy.
Is that the only one?
200.
Gotcha. I gotta go with it.
This is Denver's Talk Station.
Kaminsky in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon, 6:30, KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic. Sponsored by Farmers Insurance.
Drive looking good for the most part. Off highway, that's where the troubles are. I-25, I-70, you can get through the heart of town. I-70, off highway, got a crash. Southbound Parker Road at I-225 to watch out for. Cruiser on the scene of a wreck on 85 Airport Road as well. Look out for a wreck being cleared 35th and Quebec.
I've never done shit
Colorado remains closed between 35th and 40th.
I don't use any product, but your hair gets No, actually, it's really good. My dad's dad is, oh, never mind. He was bald as hell. It goes by your mom's side.
6:30.
It goes by your mom's side. My mom's
188. About 10 seconds still get found fast.
Very thin.
If your post got any likes,
it was
188
my dad's
farmers to get
extremely and his dad was bald.
Underwritten by Farmers Circle Fire Insurance Exchange, their affiliate, product available in every state.
SimplyFloorsInc.com. That's the website where you find out about Simply Floors and you make your appointment. The reason I pushed Simply Floors, I love Karen and Buddy Mitchell and their philosophy, and that is make money, but don't leave some on the table for the customer and pay for better people like installers. And that's really their philosophy. They buy the same as these big guys do, but they pass the savings on to you. You'll find out for yourself when you make your own appointment. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Mark?
GetFastFast.com. You know what they do? I'll tell you what. They'll look at your website right now. In fact, if you own a business, when is the last time you look at your website? I bet it's been 30, 60, 90 days for most small businesses. These guys will look at it. They'll compare it to the competition. They'll tell you if you're using the right keywords. They'll tell you if you're mobile friendly. They'll tell you where you rank on Google. They'll tell you all this information for free. You have to check it out. Of course they're going to want to sell you stuff, but they're going to want to make your company a lot better, and it's a very low-key sell. They're going to tell you what they offer when you're ready for it. Then you can go get it. But get the free evaluation. It's free. It's easy to do right over the web. Just get it done now. I promise you'll call up and thank us. We use them for referralist.com. Check them out. GetFoundFast.com.
If you're within 5 years of retiring, Allworth Financial is hosting a New Year Retirement Workshop that should top this year's list of resolutions. You'll get a financial advisor's perspective on the topics you'll need to master now, and straightforward answers to your most pressing financial questions, like how much money you'll need, basic investment management, and how Social Security fits into your retirement paycheck. Register today for one of our free New Year Retirement Workshops, January 26th through the 28th at allworthfinancial.com. And together, let's resolve to retire better.
The following is a test of the emergency alert. This is only a test.
Hey, I really want to reboot at the end of the hour, like soon as we go down. I got to get to speed up.
Michael Brown.
All right, bye.
I want to take a minute to talk to you about something that will change my life. Blue Sky CBD. You've heard me talk about the relief it's given me with hip pain after rowing, and you've heard how much the pep up for me.
There's a gentleman that lived down that way that's going to help get some food. So I put him in touch with the caller.
I wanted to talk to.
I'm dying to see what Doc says, though.
Well, Doc's coming up. I have 2 calls for Reinemer I'm supposed to squeeze in. It's like,
The reason behind this.
I'll do it next hour.
It's infomercial day.
CBD in the country. They guarantee potency.
No, Mark, none of them are good questions.
they are good questions. I mean, we had it yesterday.
What were the questions?
The guy, I have 2 guys. When does it make sense to take your benefits early?
Oh, yeah.
And when to wait till you're of age?
Promo code KHOW.
So I thought I'd get them both on at the same time with Reinemer and start going at it.
You're not going to be disappointed. BlueSky-CBD.com. Promo code
Mountain
KHOW
States,
for
but what is
30% off.
Mountain States?
BlueSky-CBD.
I've heard of that before.
I know,
Mountain
what is
States?
it? Short said Mountain States, and I should need to know what they are. Mountain States.
Why is that so damn familiar?
I don't know. Maybe because we had a vendor for auto stuff called Mountain States, maybe?
Yeah, something. Mountain States.
It's weird.
It's very familiar.
We've already paid
I don't know who the hell it is.
This year, it's not too late.
Get started with Timeshare Termination Team this month, and they will apply what you paid for this year's
Mountain States Toyota?
cost of our services. Timeshare Termination Team will.
Oh, I hope the hell not. It's a car dealer at that price.
Guaranteed in writing. So if you're ready to finally be free from your timeshare burden,
it must be Mountain States Toyota.
I hope not, because there's no way.
Credit this month only. So call 303-766-2255. That's 303-766-2255, or visit
the only Mountain States I see is Mountain States Toyota.
Today, Timeshare Termination Team, they will get you out.
If you've ever, you know it's a hassle. From the prep work to the
which makes sense because we probably used to buy parts from them occasionally.
There was a
that would make sense.
Way to buy and sell a home. Well, go to Orchard.com. Their Move First service helps you buy, then list your old home once you're all moved out. That means you'll never have to deal with showings, open houses, double moves, or double mortgages. And to make sure you get the best possible price, Orchard will handle making repairs or updates, so your home is list ready. Joe, a recent Orchard client. With Orchard, we got our new home for $10,000 less and got asking price on our old one. Highly recommend. Cabot, another client, said, we didn't have to carry 2 mortgages, didn't have to rush to move, and most importantly, we beat out 7 other offers for our new home. Go to Orchard.com now. Enter your address and get started with a free valuation. It's that. Back on in about 15, gentlemen. .com. Again, Orchard.com.
Denver's talk station. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. 630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-255. Okay, listen. Deputy Doc talked to the food bank. We said, what if a neutral party went in to get food for this family? About that. Because there was some bad blood there, an incident, she raised her voice, whatever it is, they were unhappy with her, unhappy enough to ban her from there. The woman said, well, Deputy Doc says she really wants to apologize and really resolve this going forward and amend her ways
the way you want them to be. Eastern Plains Community Pantry, and the woman says, well, we'll have to wait for our next board meeting. We don't know when that is. And I just think that's cold when it comes to just evaluating an apology. And by the way, I'm not even saying they need to let her back in, but they should at least talk to her. That's the point I was making. And then I said, okay, what if Deputy Doc just asked, can a neutral party go in and get food? Because that's really what it's all about. Would they allow a neutral party to get food for her?
Well, I use all my charm, Tom, and they will allow a neutral party.
Now, you know what?
That's problem solved.
That's good.
They can keep them out, and they can still get food.
That's a good thing. I want to tell,
and we don't have to, or you don't have to vilify them anymore.
No, but you know what? You know what that tells me, Doc? That tells me that they don't want to punish like the family, and you know what I'm saying. That it's not a revenge thing.
Right.
So I do think they have a genuine concern. But my main deal is this, and I'm going to say it again, that they should consider talking to her and forgiving. Unless this was so egregious. My God, I mean, there are egregious cases, let's face it. But at the time, I remember thinking it wasn't that egregious, period. We talked to both sides.
I remember the opposite. Yeah. I thought it was really bad.
No, it wasn't. But it was just unfortunate is what it was, and it was over a toy. 303-713-TALK is the number. Thanks, Deputy Doc. I appreciate your time on that one. And Family Wealth Advisors we're talking to, Pat Jollop. Listen, here's the deal. How do you avoid these things? You use common sense, Mike, and I'm going to tell you one thing that I don't like. Mike called and asked about financial advisors. Pat Jollop says the way they do it and the way he prefers that people do it is just it's a small percentage of assets managed, period. That means no matter what you do or how many trades or what questions you have or what you do, it's just covered under that fee, that yearly fee, 1% of assets managed. Therefore, it behooves them to make as much money as possible for you. So if you get an 8% return, you're realizing 7%. And then this is the big danger, though, I see, Mike. A financial advisor who says they're a financial advisor, and they might even be certified as a financial advisor, but they only sell one thing. Now, listen to me carefully. there is nothing wrong necessarily with the one thing. But don't use that person for everything if the one thing is the only thing they sell. Do you understand that, Mike?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. Now, yep. I'm going to just say this right out front. I love Joe Chiano like a brother. I know him, and I know his heart is pure. Now, he's not a one-trick pony, by the way, but he has two things, two general categories. One is overfunding life insurance. This is for a safe conservative. Who got hung up on? I'll have to figure this out. Anyway, I think it was Pat. So I was saying Joe Chiano would become the banker. He has that overfunding life insurance for tax-free interest and tax-free withdrawals if you do it right. There's nothing wrong with it, all right? He also has that retirement pension for life, okay? They're both fine, right? And then within that pension, there are other annuities and all that. Those are fine, okay? But he's not going to trade stocks for you or invest in stocks for you. He's not going to do any of that. So if you know his limitations and you want to use his products, which are excellent products, that's fine, all right? But he is a financial advisor. So I use Joe for some stuff, and I use Pat for some stuff. And in fact, I will look at a defined benefit plan and and the actual funds are invested by Pat and his company, but the management is someone else. So you don't have to have just one person. Now, it's good to have somebody that you can call about everything, and that's what I do with Pat. Unless it's tax-related, then I call Eric Reinemer. Now, it may sound complicated, but it's not, Mike. First, I want to ask you something. How much money do you have accumulated that you could invest that you don't need for emergencies?
Well, that's a good question because I have a rental property and then I have a 401k and a little bit of money in the bank. So
who's investing your 401k? Is it your employer?
Yes.
Okay, so they're active. Are you allowed to invest it yourself?
I'm not sure of that.
If you're allowed to name someone to manage and invest that, you could move that to Family Wealth Advisors or to someone else you like. You could do it yourself. Mark has one he does himself.
Is it a company, though?
Is what a company,
yes.
Mark?
Do you still work for the company?
Yes.
Ask Pat, but generally the company doesn't allow you to move it, generally.
Is that right, Pat?
Yeah, you'd have to have a separation from service to be able to roll it over. But there are, what you see a lot more nowadays is where people have self-directed accounts, self-directed brokerage accounts offered within the 401k. And in that case, then you could be doing it on your own.
But, so Mike, outside of that 401k and your rental property, do you have any money to invest? No, because how much? If you don't have at least, I don't know, for financial advisors, even the small ones, I got to ask Pat. I've never asked him this. Family Wealth Advisors. What's the smallest amount of lump sum money in an account you guys handle? I don't know. I don't know the answer, Pat.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tom, a lot of firms will put minimums on. I generally haven't done it historically, and here's the reason why. I don't want to alienate anyone. Oftentimes what we find, we get to working with one person in the family, and then it expands to the rest of them. And so, we don't want to alienate granddad by, saying that, the small education account or whatever.
Okay, I'm going to play Mark Major here. You mean to tell me if somebody had $5,000 and that's all they have, can they transfer that over to Family Wealth Advisors for management?
They could.
Is it wise? I'm asking you, what do you think a minimum should be, personally?
Well, for us, Tom, to be honest, it gets up into the $250,000 range when we're looking at the different types of allocations and investments that we use.
Right.
So, that's where the real play comes in and the benefit. I think back to some of Mike's comments, it's just, you can't know everything, and at best you can know a little bit. And so there's just a lot to understand in the financial world and what you need. Even professional athletes have coaches, right? So there's a reason to have somebody walking along with you to help you understand what your options are, and even allocating the 401k. That's something that we could do just on an hourly basis for that matter, to look at it and review and understand the allocation that you've chosen among the different funds that are offered within the 401k. But there's just a lot to know.
Now, I would say this, Mike. If you don't have $100,000 to invest, you don't need a financial advisor. I would put it in a high-yield savings account. I have a savings account for my kids' college, making some pretty good money, but it's savings.
Some of those online banks, well, I don't know about right now, but you used to be able to get a couple percent.
You get 2.5 to 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Pat, do you do stuff like opportunity zones?
No.
Now, listen, Mike, do you have any other questions he can ruminate on when I take a break here? Any other questions?
No, I don't know.
Okay, so by the way, that $100,000 minimum doesn't that doesn't count become the banker, which is you can get in very cheap on monthly payments. But again, that is a guaranteed return of of 4%, no stock market, and a 1% dividend. Nothing wrong with it, but you can do that with way less money. Okay, we got more coming up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
All right, but I want you to come on next
Travel around a mile.
Fuller light. If you can.
Fuller law and bright light act traffic. The speed through the heart of the city. Westbound 270 a bit slow between Quebec and Vasquez. Watch out for that. Off highway, got crashes to watch out for. Crash in the cleanup stages southbound Parker Road at I-25. Watch out for a wreck at 35th and Quebec.
To see if he can come back on in the next hour. So I'm gonna kill you for now, and then I'm just gonna call you back here in the next hour. We've had 2 people holding a long time that has nothing to do with your industry, and so I think he probably wants to go ahead and get to them, but maybe has some more questions for you as well. So I was just gonna give you a call back. Thanks for all your time. Bye.
Accident, they may have pain, or they have something bothering them. They're diabetic and have neuropathy. You know, for all of these pains, or just for lack of movement and all of that, I love chiropractic. I use a chiropractor just to get tuned up. And I like Dr. Mike Hederscheit, Bright Light Chiropractic. The website's easy to remember, brightlightdenver.com. Do you know that for just $49, you get a full evaluation, including imaging and examination? Then adjustments are just $50 at the most. You can get a package that are only $35, and for veterans, always $30. brightlightdenver.com. A family chiropractor, New County Line area. You can call for details, 720-583-4506. 720-583-4506. Hey, I hope you don't need a chiropractor because of a car accident. I hope you never get injured. But one thing they do wrong after they get injured, they wait too long to talk to a professional. They talk to their brother-in-law or cousin or next-door neighbor. You can call John Fuller immediately. Seriously, ask him anything you want about your accident free of charge. Free legal advice when you need it the most. Now, when it's fresh in your mind, he'll go over it with you and tell you what you should do or not do. And if he takes the case, still no out-of-pocket. It's only based on what he collects for you. That's called contingency. John Fuller, 303-597-4500, 597-4500. Call for free information.
You're getting back to business, but how do you know you're making the right decisions? Easy, with Research Raccoon. Research Raccoon helps businesses of all sizes learn more about their customers. Ask a question, and Research Raccoon gives you U.S.-based data to help you decide. No defining audiences or waiting weeks. Think of it like a gut check for your big ideas.
Wonder why I got that.
So talk to Research Raccoon and get data you can use.
Gee, wonder why I got that.
For small businesses. Visit
Me, why did I get that
researchraccoon.com to learn more.
In this crazy time that we're all living in right now, there's nothing more.
I'm talking about a message I got about the food bank.
For the nation's lowest prices.
Stop vilifying us. Why are you vilifying? Fuck you!
Hey, you home, Jim? Never closes. And we
You were vilifying them.
Oh, God, what you know, I wasn't. I was vilifying.
They should accept their apology.
Yes, that part. That part, yes. That had nothing to do with the food bank.
So if they walked in and threatened to rape their children,
when I work out, I'm not hurting myself. I'm helping myself. And there's no better way to be consistent with your workouts than have it at home, have it available to you any time of the day or night. Tough stuff on the food.
hey Dan, I'm not going to reboot. God, he left it up again.
In stock, and you can pick up today. Having your own home gym is more affordable than you think. By quality, you never regret it. Visit fitnessgallery.com to find one of our 5 Denver Metro locations, including our newest, now open in Boulder. We can't stop time, but we can help your day be more efficient, get fit, and stay fit.
He's still not refinancing. Well, soon you might be kicking yourself in the head. Rates are at historic lows, so take advantage of a new fast track loan with an unbelievable low rate of 2.5 rate in APR with our no closing costs 30-year fixed loan. That's right, no points, no fees. I'm Leslie Hoagland with Westland Financial, a trusted lender for over 20 years. Even if you refinanced in the last year, we can still probably save you money. All it takes is a 5-minute phone call to find out how you can save up to thousands of dollars a year. This amazing 2.5 rate in APR won't last long, and our new fast track loan process can get it done in record time. So call today, 844-425-3669. That's 844-425-3669. 844-425-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. Call us at
CamBeer.com. Securities offered through Cambridge Investment Research Inc., a broker-dealer, member of FINRA SIPC. Investment advisor represents.
Past the hour for the 12K a day giveaway.
All right.
Sponsored by Guy Reese on 630 KL.
So I thought it was this Friday. We're off early. I don't know why.
No, that's like next month.
Stop by a store or go to GUIRYS.com to sign up today. Guy Reese.
And I'm telling Tim we're going to take that day off, all right? President's Day. Be a nice 3-dayer. I'll get a best of.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. I'm so sorry, Michael, you had to wait a long time.
Waterpros.net. You know, now listen, these Water Pros, man, or I think it's that. Hold on, I might have the wrong one. But this Water Pro thing, man, this guy has the cheapest. When I say cheap, a lot of people don't like that. Honest to God, they're very inexpensive plus the best quality. I should say cheapest best. It is waterpros.net. I thought I'd forgotten it. Paul the Waterman. For a whole house conditioner under $2,000, you can get whole house. That's fully installed. The best systems on the market. Also, under the sink, point of use fountain for drinking water. Do away with bottled water. Under $1,000. Waterpros.net. All right, so Michael's been waiting a long time, and he has a problem with used cars. We're so sorry, but Michael, one thing, we absolutely will do everything we can to help you. And again, I still have more to say about one-trick ponies and investment schemes next hour. Go ahead, Michael. Let's start here. What's going on with you?
Hey, hi, Tom.
Hi.
Thanks for having my call.
Now, what's going on with your car?
Basically, what's going on is, my car's currently at All Around Auto, but everything started at Big O Tires. I got a tune up there, and I get my car and I drive it home, and about a block away from my house, the car stalled.
How many miles on it?
140,000 miles.
What kind is it?
It's a 2010 Dodge Caliber SXT.
Okay, now, this was right after your tune-up that something happened with Big O, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What happened? It just stalled?
Yes, it just stalled, and I had to have it towed back to Big O. I towed it back.
And did you give up eventually on Big O, and is that why you went to All Around?
Yes, so it happened. It turned out to be an electrical problem, and Big O, they don't do electrical.
Okay, hold on, because I'm going to I'll get to the bottom of it. Hold on.
Hey there, I'm Jade Ivy, host of Tell Me About It.
I got to put it in, and I'll give it to you as I do it.
Aren't as perfect as we've seen online. So cancel that Zoom.
Okay, you ready?
From my perspective right now, the benefits outweigh the risk. I'm recommending that my pregnant women consider vaccination. But if they were
actually let's get Doc one. It's worth whatever. We'll pay for it out of referral.
I know we do. But hold on. I just want you to see on my peaks. Yeah. Dan, Gav, Mark, Mike, Thomas, Suze. Okay.
We gotta talk and make a decision on that too.
I mean, I'm saying
combing, learning French.
That's the whole issue. Not at his fault by any means. It's just
Walgreens is here to
I do all the collections for it. Or Suzanne does.
Well, there's no collections.
Questions.
They will go to house. My point is, there's nothing that there's nothing you do.
I mean, obviously, eating cookies and speaking French. Walgreens.
Turn that down. There you go.
Okay. Who should I add to Peeps? Okay, let me just...
Doc and Doc.
Yeah.
Here's what I'd like you to do. Those two work their asses off for us. I'd like to do the create theirs, just like at the bottom, Mark Major, we do for them. So then when they send it to these companies, it's just way more official than his fucking AOL address. I just think it'll help what they do, you know what I'm saying? But they're not going to know how to create the thing at the bottom.
Yeah, but I have to go into their sign-in to do it.
Okay, well, you can do that, can't you? Yeah. And then you can create it however you want. Use mine as a template.
Okay. It's going to take a while to take effect, so let me go in and add these users first before I can do that. Okay?
Yeah.
Let me do that.
But you know what I'm saying, right?
Now, but Doc's going to have to fucking sign in. And I'm telling you, if he doesn't sign in, it's not going to be...
Yeah, then we won't use it.
Well, we have to ask him if he's going to take the time to sign in.
Yeah. And then use that when he's emailing companies.
My number pushed me till tomorrow, and both of my callers are available for it, so...
Can you talk to Deputy Doc? You'll have more time.
Sure, about?
I want to make... I took it away, but I'm going to reinstate it. Doc@troubleshooter.com.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But he's got to fucking log in.
Okay.
To Gmail. Maybe you can help him just...
Or what I can do, we can actually forward everything, and you can help him do that. We can actually log in as him.
Because he has an iPhone, so we can FaceTime and I can go
He'll
through.
be able to.
Are you going to do that for Marty too?
Yes. Yes. But make sure that Doc first.
And ask Marty, figure out what
I'm
they
gonna
want.
talk to
Marty and
Smarty.
Troubleshooter.
I want Smarty. I'm gonna email him now. That's what I want. But
Okay, but
well,
what do you
remember,
need
he's
me-
emailing it
wait,
to
wait, wait.
company.
No, you're right.
What do you need me to ask Doc? You want to just set up with him, I'm going to help him.
If we set you up at Gmail, are you going to use it?
Okay, I'll ask.
Whatever at troubleshooter.com. Doc at Troubleshooter.
Marty, I don't know.
Love the home but hate the kitchen? Westera can fix that. Get the extra renovation money you need with a new mortgage or a refinance at Westera Credit Union. Connect with a specialist at moremoneymortgage.com. Equal housing opportunity, NMLS 421606.
Hey, Ann, I forgot to copy you in it, but we're taking President's Day. It's next month, just so you know. I'm sure Tim will tell you whatever you're doing. You think of Hey, babe, have Aunt, just think back to last week. I don't care what it is, but have Aunt pull something off the logger, the whole show off the logger. I don't care what day, and then I'll cut it up. Maybe I can't hear you. Was last Friday a good show? Do you remember? Was it good?
I don't remember.
Oh, that was a great one. The taco. Get me that whole show, and I'll cut it up for President's Day. Thanks. That was a good show. Remember the taco?
Yeah.
The two guys arguing. The guy paid him in tacos. You ready?
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255.
Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. That's what I say. I say it every day. I love saying it. Been saying it for more than 40 years, where we are really solving problems, answering questions, and taking complaints. Now, I urge you to tell friends about this show anywhere you can. And I'll tell you why. Because there is help available. And listen, we may disagree on issues and stuff, but we don't try to change your philosophies, your politics, or anything. Now, one thing we do is we discuss issues, and they're not political. Like, for example, this new control of thought going around with social media and how you can be canceled and how they have control to remove your website from their servers or to take down your posts on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. Now, by the way, we're not talking about insurrection or violence or anything like that. What we're talking about is even disagreeing on COVID. I mean, seriously, we all have maybe different opinions. For example, you disagree that lockdowns prevent COVID or diminish COVID's effect. A 10-country study by Stanford proved, I shouldn't say proved, showed, this study showed that lockdowns versus non-lockdowns had no statistical difference whatsoever. But common sense measures do, like social distancing, and even though that's controversial about masks, they seem to make a difference. Masks and social distancing more than anything. And in the places where there were shutdowns, they were actually more so, in some cases, susceptible. It's a Stanford study, and you're not going to see it in any major news. That's the problem. Even when there are differing opinions, you don't get to see it. And eventually, you're only going to see candidates people agree with. You're only going to see philosophies the people agree with. And I know we're all saying, well, it's a private business. They can do what they want. But do you understand? You will never have the power ever. And you will only get the information they want you to have. There's got to be a cleansing here, and people have to have freedom of thought. Now, I am not advocating violence. I'm talking about disagreement and healthy, robust conversations and discussions.
How about just the truth, too? You realize Cuomo...
Well, someone's truth is different.
Well, not in this case. New York undercounted nursing home coronavirus deaths by as much as 50%.
Where are you reading it?
That's from Fox, but it doesn't matter.
But you won't
their
hear
Democratic AG.
No, I get it.
That said it.
I know.
But no one reports on it because they're liberal scum.
Mark, now see, this is where you differ from me, in that the same thing happens, Mark. Well, let me put it this way.
I've always disagreed with what you're going to say.
Here's what
Fox does not go nearly as far as these other morons.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Okay, here's what I'm saying. Fox panders to their audience. CNN and the others pander to their audience. Now, I'm not going to get into each article and who panders more, but I know this, that I get so pissed off when I listen to Fox, thinking how ridiculous. I do the same when I listen to CNN. It makes you feel a certain way about the so-called other side. And I don't have another side. I have two sides. I'm not all one or the other. And that's the problem. I, honest to God, want objective news. And Fox is not objective. And CNN is not objective. I want to see both sides. Why aren't we hearing about the Stanford study about lockdowns? Why? Why is no one hearing that?
Why aren't we hearing about all the stuff Biden's doing right now that's going to affect the middle class? Forget about affecting the 1% they always bitch about, but the middle class, all of a sudden, just like Obama, health care is going to start rising again, where last year was the first year it came down. We're going to bring more and more people to the free trough, and the people that voted for Biden are going to see it. Now, Trump was an ass. That guy couldn't shut his mouth up, and all he did was hurt himself, but his damn policies were good. And these people are going to learn, and they're going to learn the hard way. In their 401k, in their paychecks, in their taxes. If you think you can do a $1.9 trillion billion gazillion dollar bill and not affect the middle class, you're insane.
Here's the other thing. Do you know 100,000 jobs were lost?
Oh, just by his gas and oil.
100,000 jobs. Okay.
And he said on the campaign trail he wouldn't do it.
The World Health Organization redefined what a corona case is, so there will be supposedly less cases because of the PCR testing. I'm not going to get into details, but they took it down the next day.
After he got elected.
But, no, they did it on Inauguration Day and then took it down a few days later. Why? It didn't go with the narrative. Here is the problem, people. Everyone has narratives, conservatives and liberals. If you don't see that, you're crazy. Now, I want my diehard liberals and my diehard conservatives to call me and talk to me. Talk to me. I mean, here's another thing, okay?
The liberals won't call because they're sheep.
Oh, stop. Neither will conservatives. They won't call because here's why. They don't like that I'm not one or the other. I have the most unpopular stance, but I am fervently one and the other on different topics. I am not trying to change your opinion right now, and this is not a political statement. This is for the health of our nation. Please, dear God, please allow people's eyes to be opened and that they see that people are being sheltered from discussion. Censorship of thought, it's the worst thing that can happen to us. Our page was censored on Facebook because we simply disagreed about shutdowns. That's it.
Tom.
And they called it false news. What makes it, Stanford University, what makes it false? Here's what I want to say. Where does it stop, people? Where does it stop? That's what I'm asking you. Do you like it? Really, come on. I know we say, oh, Trump should be removed and this guy should be removed, but truly, do we want censorship like that? And please don't tell me, oh, it's a private company. You know what? Well, we have to start doing something when private companies are so powerful, they can actually influence the course of our entire nation. Do you know they can wipe out your websites? They can wipe out everything from the ground up. That's how much power 3 companies have. You're done. 2 companies can take you off the App Store, and you're done. Now, I don't want to keep preaching to you, but please come alive. Come alive. You know, tell people and start discussing openness. A liberal and a conservative should agree that we should have open thought and disagreement publicly, without censorship, and just have robust discussions. That's why I invite anyone to call. 303 Martino, anyone.
Last thought,
and discuss anything you'd like on this show, and I promise to give you the respect. I promise to give you the airing. Yes.
The last thought I've got on this is, you know, we talk about our Facebook and other people's Facebook and Trump being shut off. How about if you spent millions and millions of dollars creating an app like Parler, and then Google, Amazon, and Apple shut you down?
I know. It's terrible. It's terrible. No one can...
Killing the competition.
No one can like it. No one. So please, even if you're disagreeing with me, at least you're thinking. Call me. At least give me some hope in mankind. I mean, disagree with me. I mean, I'd love to hear your thoughts. You know what? Here's another thing. And I don't want to get into this big discussion. I just want to tell you how, what my thought is on things. Global warming or climate change. It's not even warming anymore. It's climate change. I will say there is climate change. No one can deny there's climate change. I doubted the impact man has on it and whether or not the costs outweigh the benefits. And I am still open-minded and changing a little. Now, I'm not saying man has 100% to do with it, but we have to be good stewards of the earth. We all agree on that. Now, we shouldn't go overboard, but there again, I'm unpopular on both sides. If you don't see that the course of wisdom is taking the best from all over, and I can't get you fired up because I'm not one or the other, then I think you're going to be sad. You're going to go through life sad. So give me a call if you want to discuss anything, because discussion is where it starts. 303-713-TALK. Now, dang it, Michael. You said 140,000 miles, a 2010 caliber. You had a tune-up. What happened after the tune-up, and how long after? Was it right after the tune-up at Big O?
It was right after. It was, like I said, I drove the car home and got about a block away from my house, and
what
the car
was
just stalled.
when it stalled, what happened? What did it turn out to be?
Well, you know, they didn't figure it out. You know, they said it might be the security system, a mobilizer.
Did they think they had anything to do with it, Michael?
No, they did not.
And is that when you took it over to All Around Auto?
Yeah, I took it to All Around Auto, and I expressed, what I had done at Big O Tires.
But what I'd like to know is this. Did All Around Auto, and I'm going to let you fill in details, I promise, but did All Around Auto come up with a diagnosis yet? That's either a yes or no. Did they come up with a diagnosis?
No.
Okay, and another question. Are you having a problem now, that's a yes or no, with All Around Auto?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to come back to this now. So, after the Big O fiasco, he gets over to All Around Auto. Now he's having a problem with them. Still no diagnosis. More on this.
Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa Know-How.
Napa Know-How.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care centers while supplies last. Offer ends 2/28/21.
MileHighEstatePlanning.com. I just met with him yesterday. He's brilliant. And I'm talking about Blake Harris. The biggest mistakes people make in estate planning, leaving cash to kids is one of them. You should never do that. He has ways that you leave money that will protect you, and you have so much to lose. It is probably one of the most important calls.
If you don't, you have so much to lose. It is probably one of the most important calls you're going to make. Don't put it off. Even if you think, I'm young, I don't need it. Call him. That's the question. It's 833-ASK-BLAKE. It's so important. At least a phone call. Free consultations. 833-ASK-BLAKE. Another important call I want you to make today, even if you don't make an appointment. ColoradoPainCare.com. A group of local doctors that got together to fight pain. Get your life back. You don't have to accept it as your new normal. I know what it is to live with pain, and I know what it is to be relieved. ColoradoPainCare.com. 303-GOT-PAIN.
You can never build a home. You know it's a hassle. From the prep work to the open houses, not to mention the surprise show. What if I told you there was this...
Jesus Christ, did this show go too fast?
Go to Orchard.com. Their new first service helps you buy...
What do you think the longest show out there is? You think anybody does 8 hours a day? Fuck no.
No, but Stern used to do... Did he do 6, or was I wrong?
I don't think so. I mean, he might have, but I don't remember that.
4 is about the longest I've heard.
Now he does 4.
Do you know that at one time he didn't have a clock? He could do what he wanted with breaks, and if he didn't feel like...
That's what he does right now.
He'd hang over. He'd hang over when the show was supposed to end, and they moved everything on the fucking station.
Because of him. He can do that now, but it's different because they're his own stations. He's got full freedom, whatever the fuck he wants to do.
Does he have a lot of listeners? Does he get...
Oh, my God. I think he gets bonused on 30 million subscriptions.
Does he get political?
Fuck, yeah, he is liberal, bro.
Like liberal,
man. Loves Cuomo, hated Trump, Hillary. I mean, he is party line liberal. That's pretty new too.
But does he give kind of reason?
There's no more of that. You don't hear anything like you used to. His show is completely different now.
He can't do the section.
I tune in for the good interviews.
He can't do the Me Too shit. He can't do it. He'd be ruined.
He's one of the best interviewers I've ever heard. But the other thing is, people know they're reaching 30 million people. So they come in different for that than they do even on most TV shows.
How do you think about COVID?
He's straight down the gun, whatever Cuomo says.
Pardon me, Deputy Doc wanted a certain password used, so I emailed that to you. Or his email.
Well, he can, okay, you better say.
No, he does,
No, if I do it, he's going to have to change it.
And he says he'll call you for help. I said, Tom wants me to help you, so just call me.
I'm going to log in as if it's his first login.
And set it to that.
Yeah, because you have, never mind, I got it.
Or else it.
It makes him reset it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you send him whatever it generates, he'll never log in. Is that a 1 or an exclamation point? Is that an 8?
Windy in the mountains. Tomorrow's high 60 degrees.
I'm Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Westera Credit Union. Love the home but hate the kitchen? Westera can fix that. Get the extra renovation money. Guys, you pay about 15. Sure, refinance at Westera.
The middle class is going to get fucked. You're either, ultimately, if it keeps going this way, you're either going to be on the government trough or you're an elite. That's what they're looking for. You're either elite, follow the company line, or you're on the government trough following the company line.
Hi, Tom Martin, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show.
We got all kinds of things to talk about. Now, Michael, when the guy, okay, this is important. The guy, Big O didn't do it, didn't do something right. You take it to All Around Auto. They don't have a diagnosis, and you have a problem with them. What's the problem?
Well, they did not have a diagnostics. The problem is he said that he needed to put a new alternator in my car so he can continue running tests for diagnostic.
Now, sometimes that might be true. In other words, it might be something, no matter what, he can't go any further. But anyway, go ahead. So what happened then?
So he assured me that, yes, this would take care of the problem. I would be able to move forward and figure out this electrical problem. And so we went ahead and we allowed that because he was so assuring. And then so we waited a day or two and we had to call them back. And then now he stated he needed to put a battery in the car. Because the battery has died to continue running.
No, I understand. It could be. Now, it could be you only needed a battery and did not need an alternator. But here's the problem. That's water under the bridge, but that's part of your problem, and I'm taking notes on it. So he did the alternator and then did the battery. Now what?
Okay, so we go find out from Big O that the alternator was fine.
Did you bring the old one to them?
No.
Well, then hold on. Then how?
The test. They did the test prior to
Michael,
the car.
You said, first of all, these are the guys that screwed up your car. Now you're believing them about the alternator. Did they truly test the alternator right before you left?
Yes.
Why did they test the alternator?
Well, they had to because the lights worked, the engine revved.
No, I'm asking, Michael, why did you take it? You took it in for a tune-up to Big O. That's how this all started.
Yeah.
Okay. Why did they check the alternator? People don't check alternators for tune-ups.
Well, because they were chasing a problem. The car would start and it would run for a few seconds, and then it'll shut off automatically.
Okay.
Because of the immobilizer in the anti-theft system.
I get it. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, but they checked the alternator, and do you have an actual worksheet where you pick it up and it says...
You should have a printout. When they check the battery and electrical system, everybody I know gives a printout.
Did it say checked alternator, pass? Or anything like that?
Yes, so we do have a printout. It's in the car.
No. Wait. That's good. That's good. So you actually have a printout a couple miles earlier showing that they checked the alternator and it worked.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Good. Now, the battery was done. Then what? I just need to know more about All Around Auto. Then what?
Yes.
Then what?
Okay, so then I call back and they tell me they need to get a PCM.
Okay, then that's a computer.
Control.
That's a computer. So what happened then? Did you do that?
Right. Yes.
Okay.
And
then what? So far we have the alternator, the battery, and the PCM. Now listen, here's what I don't want you to do, just in the interest of helping. You don't have to go through the process. In a few days, I called back and they said, "Here, I want you to list to me what they did to your car. Not how they did it, not why they did it, just what did they do. The alternator, the battery, the PCM, what else?
Yeah. Okay, so it did not work.
Okay, what else did they do to your car? This is something people can't do. They can't answer questions for me. What did they do? I promise you I will get the details. Alternator, battery, PCM, what else did you buy from them?
Nothing else.
Okay. What did they tell you? Did they tell you, okay, since you did all that, we did the test, tell me what happened then?
They told me that I need to get another piece called a TIMP.
My goodness.
TIPM.
Okay.
Yeah, which is, and they said it was going to be $2,700.
And what did they say they needed that for?
They said because the PCM didn't work, PCU didn't work, that they were pretty sure that the TIPM.
Okay. Can I talk to your wife? Is that your wife there? Can I talk to her?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Because it's too much her telling you and you telling me. I just want to talk to her real quick. No, it's okay. What's your first name? No, that's okay, man. No problem, man. We're going to help you. What's your name, dear?
Lisa.
Hey, Lisa. The bottom line is these guys spent a lot of your money, and they did not fix your car. Is that right?
That's correct.
How much in total?
And right now, it's a little over $1,200 because we told them to stop, not do anymore.
Okay.
Know? And
we need to get through that. We need to get this thing done, man. I mean,
but what happened after this? Where's the car?
It's still there. It's still there. So
it's still there.
What do they want?
About getting it towed.
Yeah, for you to get your car out of there, what do they want from you? They want to be paid, right?
Yes.
Now, you may not like, you guys may not like this, but I would pay them right now on a credit card. I hope they take a credit card. Don't say anything about being unhappy. I would pay it on a credit card. Then I would go to somewhere we recommend and find out exactly, exactly what they did. And here's the problem.
This needs to go to Lakewood Electric.
If you don't have the old parts, we got a problem.
Wait. If it's still there, why wouldn't they have the old parts from the stuff they did?
They still have the old parts.
Can you
we asked them to put the old parts back, and they said they'll charge us $700 for lease.
No, Lisa. You have.
We haven't done it yet.
No.
We haven't done it yet.
Lisa, here's what you tell them. You want the old parts. By law, they have to.
There's like on the alternator in that computer, there's going to be a really heavy price core.
If there is.
I know there is. There's no doubt about it.
In other words, they're going to have to pay more to get those?
So like when I used to buy an alternator, if I didn't actually give them the old alternator, that alternator could cost me double, literally.
Okay. Lisa, if they say there are core charges, then let me know. But I would ask for the old parts. You don't need the alternator. By the way, you don't need the alternator because you already had that tested before it went in. What I'm getting at is this. We got to get your car to someone we know and trust. We need to figure out if you were unjustly charged, and if so, we will go after them for the money.
I would pay for the cores now, even on the alternator, because the guys at Lakewood Electric can check that alternator, and then just tell them, hey, we're going to check these out. If I bring them back to you, will you give me the core charge back? They should have no problem with that.
No. Because no, they won't do it, Mark, because here's what's going to happen. They know that these people are looking. I don't want to give these people any indication there's trouble coming because I don't want them to refuse the credit card.
But without having those parts, what are they going to do?
Okay.
Like the PCM is probably a $300 core.
Do you have enough money, Lisa, to pay the $1,200 plus any core charges?
Well, they took out the PCM because they said it didn't work.
Did they put it back?
They said they put the original one back in.
Okay,
then didn't charge us for that.
Good. Then if you weren't charged for that,
the original work.
And the battery, how old was the battery? Because here's the deal. The battery's not a big deal. I guess what I'm thinking about is the alternator is the only question we have. How much was that?
The alternator was $741.89.
Okay, hold on.
That's with labor.
Okay, that one, and then the latest one, the TIP. Oh, you told them not to do that. So really, what we're talking about, there were 700, but you paid 1,200. How much was the battery?
The battery, they charged $192.13.
Okay. And the rest of the money was what? Just miscellaneous crap?
Then they put in for diagnostics,
Okay.
and they said that usually They said the diagnostics, they're not taking that off because they don't.
No, that's okay. Don't argue right now. Here's the point. I'm trying to get your car out of there with the old parts so we can build a case and go after them. So get your car back and ask for the old alternator. Don't say I'm going to have it checked. Just say by law I get the old parts. If they say there's a core charge, you're going to have to pay for it. But pay for it because you can always go back and we can fight them for it. And they didn't charge you for the PCM. So I would ask for my old alternator.
I bet they're going to tell them we don't have it.
That's what I would do. And Lisa, please, get your car out of there. Now, Suzanne, I don't know where they're located. Let's find a place near them to take it, like Uncle Kevin, Sheridan Auto Tech, or Mark Machowski, Budget A1 Transmission Auto Repair, or Jeff Vick over at Kimmer Transmission, or Al Aramis and Pro Auto Care. Let's get one of those. Maybe up north somewhere. Wherever we got a place, let's do it.
And once we prove it, I'll help her with the small claim.
Exactly. We will help you.
This is Denver's talk station with Tom Martino.
They didn't know what. Here's what they were doing: selling them parts to diagnose.
I got you, bro.
Now, impact traffic. This report is sponsored by Credit Union.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, I-25 flowing freely, both northbound and southbound on your drive through the metro area. I-70 moving half or near posted speeds through town. For the most part, the highway drive pretty wide open. Off-freeway, northbound Colorado still closed between 35th and 40th for water main repair work. Overall, a nice, quiet drive. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, plenty of sunshine this afternoon, a high in the low 50s. We'll drop down to about 20 overnight tonight. Mostly sunny tomorrow for your Friday with a high of 60. Mostly cloudy at 49 on Saturday. It's 51 right now in Denver. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KNOW.
I don't get it.
All right.
Yeah, what?
I don't know.
Credit Union lock in a special rate when you apply.
These messages sometimes I can't find them.
Standard credit qualifications apply. Equal opportunity lender.
Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Frank is the guy I recommend because you don't find better. He has a team of buying experts and then selling experts. Of course, he supervises everything. He meets with you. If you're looking to see what your house will sell for on the market, he'll give you real stats based on what he does. That's Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. If you're looking for floor coverings, you hear me talk about these peeps because I really, really love them and use them. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Hardwoods, maybe luxury vinyl tile, carpets of all kinds. You can get it at Simply Floors, cheaper and better. Why? Because they pass savings on to you, get you better installers. There's even better financing. You can contact them and make your own appointment. SimplyFloorsInc.com. I just did both of them, back to back. Oh, you did? Jesus Christ, when they say refrain from fucking political banter, Jesus.
Is that the Sue one? I'm fucking telling her something right now.
No, liberal skunk she's talking about. That one? Yeah. What are you saying? Don't, Mark, just don't fucking hammer off something crazy. No, I'm real.
Who do you think I am? You're the one kicking around orphans.
thing about political. I mean,
just a minute, and then I'm going to give you my contact information in case there's a hiccup with this plan, so you can let me know. So hang on just a second. I forget what they're called. Towing roadside assistance. Let's see here. They're a flat rate company, and we just love that about them. Cast iron recovery, and I'm thinking because everything is sort of in town. You're near Denver. They're in Lakewood or Denver. I think they're right on the line there, that I think this would be a good fit. So call Cast Iron Recovery. Their phone number is 303-292-1542. Find out how much it's going to cost, because I know they do flat rates, to tow your vehicle from wherever it is right now to Sheridan Auto Tech. Now they have 2 locations. One in
I'm consistent.
Why do you think Why do you think you're successful?
I'm talking about every listener email and stuff. I don't let it get me all shook up.
They don't get me shook up. I'm not shook up about it. I just fucking answer it. Grow some fucking, get some thicker skin.
Consumer calls the phone. They need medical care, and they went to a doctor who refuses to see them. And the consumer says, I did nothing wrong. I didn't say anything bad. Who's the nearest doctor? So you think that's terrible? How can a doctor use it? I just don't. You know what? I can't. I can't. The suppositions. I'm just done with suppositions.
Complicated bridge and implant or natural looking dentures. Schedule your complimentary consultation today at 303-751-3321. That's 303-751-3321. Or online at aspenwooddental.com. That's aspenwooddental.com.
I like how this person doesn't even throw in CNN. CNN's not extreme. It's just Fox and MSNBC. You moron! All right, maybe she did get me going a little. So Dan and I are going out to meet a guy that has no water and no heat in his house. And he's on his deathbed and just got out of the hospital. So that's what we're doing after the show.
Okay, I didn't hear, Mark.
We're going out to visit a guy that's got no water, no heat. He's on his deathbed. He lives with his grandson, who's mentally slow, whatever the right word is for it. And we're going to evaluate what's going on. He owns his house. Here's the problem. He owns his house, doesn't owe a nickel on it. It's worth probably $350,000, okay? And apparently, according to his social worker, who I talked to at length today, he actually has an adult social worker. He refuses to leave the house, but he has no heat and no water. It all started because they want help with the water.
I'm Tom Martino, winkandwink.com. Remember that name. If you're in trouble with your finances, you need a fresh start.
Or you need to get out of debt. Winkandwink.com, 303-410-1720. It's a real deal. Winkandwink.com. They're good people, and they can help you at least discuss it. Winkandwink.com, 303-410-1720. Now,
let's go to Michael. He's been on forever.
Yeah, I guess we should. Michael, go ahead. What's happening? Michael?
Hi, Tom.
Hey, man. What's going on?
Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
I work for Kaiser Permanente, and we recently, about over a month ago, went to a new payroll system.
Yeah.
And since then, everybody, at least in our departments, have gone unpaid, or at least half paid.
What?
Over the last 2 paychecks.
Well,
and
hold on. What do they expect you to do about that? Do they expect you to just be unpaid?
Well, I don't know. I got paid half of what I usually get paid this last paycheck, and They say, well, send an email in and we'll review your case. However, when we have to go in and justify the money that they owe, it's very difficult.
Is it safe to say? Is it safe to say? Really, let's talk about this. Okay, really now. I don't want to get people try to get me fired up and all that as far as cases. What I mean is this: we do have cases where people are literally cheated out of pay. Do you feel Kaiser, honest to God, is trying to get out of paying their employees?
Well, I think that I don't think that more than likely they're trying to not pay their employees. However, I do think that with the system they've implemented, it's become extremely difficult to justify what they owe you back. So when they don't pay you when they pay you half your paycheck, and then you have to look at your paycheck and try to determine and justify what they owe you, and then return that to them, and then they in turn have to go in and try to
in other words, they've made it extremely difficult for you. Do you think?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you think, though? Here's what I'm asking: is it so difficult that after the transition, when everything is made up, that you can't continue with it? Do you think this is an ongoing thing, or is it just the transition part?
Well, it's been an ongoing thing for the last two pay periods, and
but I'm talking about once obviously because you were unpaid, and then they had to make up for it. Once that happens, I mean, do you think the system in and of itself is just effective, or what? I'm not talking about the transition.
My personal opinion with the system that they changed us to is so cumbersome and so complicated that it's not user friendly. And even when your hours are correct in the system, they pay you half the amount.
Michael, do you get paid straight hourly? I'm just curious.
Yes.
Okay. Well, how hard could that possibly be? You clock in, you clock out. I mean, how can it be? How can it be what you're saying,
Michael? Really, this is serious, though. But why are other employees affected by this?
Oh, there are hundreds and hundreds of employees in Kaiser Permanente being shorted tens of thousands of dollars right now, and having to try to modify and justify how you can get your money within this new system.
Now, how were you shorted when they were transitioning? Did they say to you there would be a delay getting your next paycheck?
Absolutely not.
Okay,
no.
So there was a paycheck due on a certain date that you missed.
That's correct.
What was that date?
Well, there's been two paychecks. There are two pay periods that have been disrupted.
That's all I need to know then. If there's two pay periods disrupted, is their plan to continue like as if it did not happen, or do they plan on giving you extra money to make up?
Oh, there's no extra money
so they expect people to work for two pay periods without being paid.
That's correct.
Okay, Michael, that is where we depart. So you're saying Kaiser has designed a plan to take their thousands of employees and ask their employees not to be paid for two pay periods, to work free. You're saying that's the
design. I got paid half my amount. I got paid for 40 hours.
Now, did they say you got paid half because the cycles are changed and the other half will be coming in the next cycle?
No.
Can I take a stab real quick? Are they saying, for example, we used to count your hourly like while you're driving somewhere. Now we don't anymore? There is no way you clock in and out for 40 hours and they write you a check for 20.
Yeah, see, Michael,
I can fax you or send you my previous paycheck that basically says that I clocked in and out for 80 hours, and that was what was submitted.
Good.
And I was paid for 40.
Okay, I want you to send that. Now, if this is happening to tens of thousands of people, why are we not hearing about it?
Well, I don't know if it's tens. I'm saying there's several hundred.
Can you find one more? Can you find?
I'm shorted.
Can you find one?
I'm shorted $1,500.
Michael, I believe you. Okay. Can you find one more person that was shorted?
Do they try to justify?
Mark, one question at a time, bro. Just one. Like, can you find one more person?
Oh, here she is right here.
Okay, let me talk to her.
Hi, Tom. It's Gail.
Hi, Gail. So, Gail, what happened with you?
So the first paycheck that was shorted, they didn't pay me for 31 hours, and you have to put in a case to request what happened, and then they will justify whether or not you get your money back.
Did you do that? Did you do that?
Yes, but the case is pending. It hasn't been.
Okay. So in both of your cases, did they give any explanation why they paid less than the hours you submitted?
No. They said there was a flaw in the system. They've been working diligently trying to correct it, and there's no end in sight currently.
Okay. I get it. It's a big machine. Hold on a second. We really need to get an official. This is not like a case by case. We need somebody official from Kaiser, PR.
Yeah.
Get these two people's names and numbers, and let's launch a real investigation. I mean, these people aren't nuts. I mean, hold on, and remember, free market valuations of your home, what your home will sell for on the open market based on real experience of Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
Now, impact traffic.
This report is sponsored by Express.
Can you believe the problems we're having today, Mark? What's that? Can you believe the problems we're having we're getting the fucking crazy problem? It's good shit. I mean, but I can't believe there's that many problems. I'm curious on this one.
Pretty wide open. Off freeway, northbound Colorado is still closed between 30.
I find it so crazy though. You clock in and out for 80 hours, and they say, okay, we're going to pay you for 60. How does that happen? I don't even understand how a computer can screw that up, do you? How does a computer just randomly say, oh, they worked 80 hours, let's pay them for 50, and let's pay her for 30? How does that even happen?
For accounting jobs, it's time to get to know Express Employment Professionals. Visit expresspros.com to find one of more than 830 locations to support any job search. And there's never a fee.
All right, 888heating.com. Why do I love these guys? Oh, let me count thy ways. 1, choices. In fact, that's my favorite reason. They do have great prices, but their choices are unbelievable. If you just want to get your furnace or air conditioner fixed or repaired, you call them up, they'll come out, they'll give you a cost on it. They're not going to say, oh, well, that thing's 5 years old, you need a brand new one, or, that's 10 years old, you need a new one. Guess what? They're going to give you an honest-to-God cost to repair it. And if that's all you can afford, you'll have heat and everybody will be happy. If you do want a new system or someone else out there actually quoted you a new system, give them a call. They have economical units that start as low as $50 a month that almost anybody could afford, and then they have high-efficiency systems that are quiet. You got to check these guys out. 888heating.com, 888heating.com, 888heating.com.
A lady named Susie from Kaiser just called. She said she's a nurse working at Kaiser. She's also not getting her overtime hours as well.
Overtime hours. Okay. Is she on? Do we have her on?
No, she said she was currently at work, so she had to just relay the message as well.
Okay. So it sounds like it's an overtime issue.
Well, it's the start of a new year, and if you're a timeshare owner, you probably just paid your annual maintenance fees. But if you're...
I did have the chance to tell her to call back tomorrow, though, if she gets a chance, though.
Ask Suzanne when she's off if she can ask the caller if it has anything to do with overtime.
So for those timeshare owners who have already paid your maintenance fees for this year, it's not too late. Get started with Timeshare Termination Team this month, and they will apply what you paid for this year's maintenance fee toward the cost of our services. Timeshare Termination Team will get you out of your timeshare legally and permanently, guaranteed in writing. So if you're ready to finally be free from your timeshare burden, give them a call. Tell them Ross Kaminsky sent you and receive a maintenance fee credit this month only. So call 303-766-2255. That's 303-766-2255, or visit timeshareterminationteam.com today. Timeshare Termination Team. They will get you out.
Michael Brown here. I'm going to take a minute to talk to you about something that has changed my life. Blue Sky CBD. You've heard me talk about the relief it's given me with hip pain after rowing, and you've heard how much the pet love for has helped our pet. But what you might not know is that Dr. Eric Dorniger out of Boulder serves as their Director of Research and Development, or that Dr. Adam Graves in Castle Rock and countless other doctors recommend Blue Sky CBD exclusively. The reason behind this is their products are created using the highest quality CBD in the country. They guarantee potency and purity, and their formulas are created using international research to ensure that you get the dosage you need to find the relief you deserve. You'd be amazed at the reviews at BlueSkyCBD.com. Use promo code KNOW for 30% off and try the same balm I use for only $14. You're not going to be disappointed. BlueSky-CBD.com. Promo code KNOW for 30% off. BlueSky-CBD.com.
Want to hear how I almost got off the naughty list this year? I helped Santa save $6. I had him download Capital One Shopping to his computer. Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them at checkout. You can download it too and save a bundle. You don't even need a Capital One card, and it's free. So why didn't I get off the naughty list? Turns out Santa's a stickler for naughty words. Capital One Shopping. Jesus, what's in your wallet?
Titties and
Flu. Indeed delivers 2.5 times more hires than the other brand job sites combined, according to Breezy HR 2018. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first job post. Terms and conditions apply.
well, it's the big game, the biggest game, really.
Hello.
Next Sunday, February 7th, and the Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes has been alive only 4 years longer than Tampa Bay's Tom Brady has been in the league. Well, if you want to have even more fun than just watching what promises to be a great game, check out.
I'm going to switch my phone to where only contacts
They're celebrating a 50th
can reach me. You think that's stupid to do?
Odds. Yep, you can pick either the Chiefs or the Buccaneers.
You're enthralled, I see.
$275. You heard that right. $5 wins you $275. Of course, the FanDuel Sportsbook app is super easy to use, easy to get your money out when you win, and you can even place bets during the game. To claim your exclusive 55-1 odds as a new user, just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up with my promo code KHOW. That's FanDuel Sportsbook promo code KHOW, and enjoy the big game.
21 plus unless in Colorado. New users only. Must wager on designated boost market. Deposit required. Max bonus $275. See full term.
All right, number you back on in 30 seconds.
224700.
Denver's talk station has your shot to win $1,000. You got 12 chances a day, every weekday. Listen at 5 past the hour for the 12K a day giveaway.
All right.
Sponsored by Diaries on 630 KNOW.
Brighten your home and save 10% on Benjamin Moore paint by joining the Guy
10 seconds. All right, guys.
store or go to GUIRYS.com to sign up today. Guy, your neighborhood paint store since 1899.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. Here to help you solve problems, to answer questions, to take complaints, okay? We're running out of time, but I promise you if I start, I will take you tomorrow. And don't forget Silver Leaf Mortgage for reverse loans if you're thinking of reverse loan. They're good people. They even have a foundation to help people in need to get their house fixed up for the reverse loan. They really do. Silver Leaf, and here's their number, 720-REVERSE. Okay, let's talk to Carol. Carol, now, who did you hire to have siding done?
What?
Who did you hire to have siding done?
It was Altitude Roofing and Exteriors.
And you paid them?
I paid them some.
How much did you pay them, dear?
$1,960.
Did they do any work at all?
They did about 12 to 15 hours of work over a 3-day over approximately a 3-day period, and they put up about approximately 30 pieces of tongue and groove pine siding.
Did they take off the other siding?
It was already off.
Now, did they ever come back to finish?
No.
And you can't get a refund for the undone work?
I can't, there's no communication. I've been sent Suzanne.
All right, hold on. Let's track him down. Hold on. Bring this up tomorrow.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino. And stay connected with all of us at 630 KHOW, KHOW.com, and on the iHeartRadio app. Michael Brown is next on
It's because, no, it's not people pissing off. It's just that there's so many things to deal with.